out. I'm in the zone when the big blocks rumble. Slide in the slick, watch the quick line crumble. MDiTV got the heat in the tunnel. Boost in the stream, better tighten that buckle. Dirt flying, wide tires grinding. Slide job city, full send, no hiding. Modified beast, you can't fake that tone. It's a full barrel growl and it shakes your dome. Big block, we bring the thunder. Big block, straight out of the under. Big block, tear up the clay. If you ain't built tough, better get out the way. From Brewerton down to the Port Royal gates, I'm shifting fate when I rotate plates. Got torque in the veins and hate in the dust. It's checkers or wreckers and slide we trust. I ain't here for a cruise or a cameo. I'm throwing sliders like Mario. Red flag rage when I rage the show. Tech with the flow when the wheels go roll. Big block, full send savage. Big block, dirt track havoc. Big block, hear that scream. Built not bought, it's a racer's dream. Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means.
What's up, everybody? Do you still want your food? I always want food. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. We are getting into the top split big block official at Weedsport, a 67-55 SOF. We definitely had a barn burner looking to build up here tonight. Looks like Durgan, Barnhart, Ward, Felix Watt, Ethan Bill, Hickerson made an appearance. Loic Bernier has made an appearance. We got a bunch of big drivers out there. Swank's out there, Ham's out there, Brundage is out there, Johnston, Banks, Hanger, Lane. I mean, the list goes on. Roundtree. It is going to be a wild one here tonight at Weedsport. What's up? What's up, Karen? What's up? What's up? I see you guys making your way over there on the YouTube side. Uh-oh, I forgot to turn on Trading Paints. Give me 1 second to get that up and going. All right, we are live here once again. It is week number 6 action. Yeah, Charlotte's going to be fun. Charlotte will be fun. What's up, Larry? You didn't make top split, LaFon. Wow. Yeah, it is pretty stacked. Almost a 7K, 6,700 SOF here tonight. What's up, Justin? How you been, buddy? How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully you're enjoying your Monday night. Good luck, all Tri-City, says Justin. Right now, it is Ethan Bill at the top of the charts. This is the home of the Super Dirt Car Series at Weedsport. Just down the road from me, about 20, 30 minutes. Definitely a great track. Unique configuration, real tight turn number 1 and 2. 3 and 4 long and sweeping. It is a tricky triangle. Nick Ham has not put down a lap. He's the only one that has not. Ethan Bill, Caleb Durgan, Loic Bernet. Look, Loic is usually pretty fast here at Weedsport, so we don't see him very often, so it'll be interesting to see if he can make it to the top of the boards here tonight in the opener. And go Matt Watts. Yeah, Watts is in here. All right, about 30 seconds left in practice here. We got Will Hanger, Damian Ward, Aaron Langley, Randy Johnston, Felix Waugh. Is Ham even in here? Yeah, Ham is connected. All right. No, Durgan is notorious for hitting the inside wall here. You know that, Brad. What's up, Kenny? You getting ready for Charlotte? We are using a 463 there if you want to get some laps in. 463 is the gear we are going with. All right, that is going to be the end of practice. We're going to get into qualifying. Who's going to be the first one to jump out on the track here tonight for some qualifying action?
This is where racing truly comes alive. Feel the roll, feel the rush, dirt and grit. Ethan Bill's leading, Ward's not gonna quit. Slide job through the wheel.
Hold on, just doing a quick little share to somebody.
One day, so turn it up, let's ride tonight. On MDiTV, under the bright lights. From green to checkered, it's all on the line.
All right, let's see who jumps out. It looks like Barnhart is going to be the first one to jump out on the track here tonight. Go take a... Oh, he went ahead and bailed out. He must have heard me say I was coming over there to watch. There he is. Logan Hickerson out on the track. He's going to be the first one to put down a lap. He's in the number 14 student driver machine. He hasn't been running much. So I got to imagine that he hasn't paid for trading paints. As Hickerson comes out of turn number 4. Where's he going to set the bar here tonight? Hickerson comes across the line. Oh, he must have gotten the wall, or that wasn't his first lap. Oh, that might not have been first lap. Because it is kind of funny here how they do it. Let me put the best time up there. As now Hickerson's going to come across the line. Let's see what kind of lap time he puts down to set the bar of 15.301 from Hickerson. Barnhart's going to come out with a 3.22. Felix Waugh coming around. Caleb Durgan out on the track. Let's see Felix Waugh going to cross the line to start his first lap. Here comes Caleb Durgan in the 84. He's going to go second quick with a 15.308. Only 1,000 slower than Logan Hickerson. Good lap for Caleb Durgan. Great lap from Logan Hickerson as Ethan Bill's going to roll out on the track. He was the quick time in practice. Man, his car changes colors every week. He's in the purple. He's in the Barney machine this week. Ham Tree Service. What's up, Ham? As Ethan Bill going to come across the line. Hickerson currently at the top of the charts. E-Bill with a perfect turn number 1 and 2. Let's see how he gets that run down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Look how smooth he is as he heads through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, man, so close to that inside wall. Doesn't count. It is going to be quick time with a 15.208. He's almost 1/10 of a second quicker than Roundtree. Oh, Loic to the top of the charts with a 15.145. Loic to the top of the charts. Too much downforce. That is hilarious. Wow, Loic's going to come out there and pull the upset. I mean, it's not really an upset. We knew Loic was going to be fast. Here comes Will Hanger. Hanger's going to try to put down a good lap. It is tough if you got to start in the back, and it looks like he is. Langley, Matthew Watts, and Nick Ham, none of those guys getting laps down. Only 14 cars putting qualifying times down, including Diesel Jones. Let's get ready here for heat race number 1 as they get out on the track here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and change that back to Gap. Roundtree going to be the first one to jump out on the tracks. Give me a place to at least start from. Starting on the pole here tonight in the 00. Is it the Where's Waldo machine? It's going to be Loic Bernay. Starting in the number 2 spot outside of row number 1, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 14 machine, it's going to be MDiTV eDirt's most popular driver, Logan Hickerson. Outside of him in the number 34, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Starting inside row number 3 here tonight in the number 27 machine, it's going to be Michael Swank. Outside of him in the number 91, it's going to be Felix Waugh. Starting inside row number 4 in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Outside of him in the number 19, it's going to be Will Hanger. Then rounding out the field here tonight, I'm assuming in the number 11, and it is, it's going to be Matthew Watts. It is going to be 8 laps here tonight in heat race number 1. Are we sending anybody home here tonight? I don't think we are. We are not sending anyone home, so no LCQ. We're going to go straight into the feature after the heats. You don't want to qualify already gaining just being here. It is a pretty heavy split. It is a pretty high top split for the big blocks as they come out of turn number 4. Turn 1 is going to tell the story here tonight. Will they survive? And oh, that is not the world's Waldo. He's got a dog on the side of that one. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, looking for the green flag this time by Loic, and Roundtree going to lead him to the green flag. Loic's already starting to blink out a little bit as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Looking for the green flag. It is going to be green flag is out as Loic on the gas out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. It's going to be single file for the top 2. It's going to be 2 by 2 further back as Hickerson has Barnhart to the outside as they come down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Roundtree gets the inside wall. Hickerson up underneath. Barnhart to the top. They split him out of turn number 4. Hickerson going to jump up into that number 2 spot. Now Barnhart has to deal with Swank as Swank is down low. Roundtree into the back of Swank. Big save by Swank. They're 3 wide into turn number 3 as Roundtree gets the inside wall once again. What's up, Robert? Out of turn number 4, down into 1 and 2. Barnhart going to push up the track a tick. That's going to give Swank the advantage down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Hickerson in that number 2 spot. He is trying to hold on as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Give Swank that number 3 spot into turn number 1 and 2. Topside's not there as Barnhart's going to bang the wall out of 2. He's going to be 3 wide again. Roundtree takes advantage and slides into that number 3 spot. They're 3 wide as Banks jumps to the bottom out of turn number 4. Bangs down on the bottom. Oh, he's got to get on the binders as Wah pitched him down into turn number 1 and 2. Halfway through as they come down the back straightaway is definitely a wild show here tonight. Felix tries to slide up the track as Barnhart's there. They touch a little out of turn 4 as Barnhart's going to have the spot at the line. What's up, Thomas? Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It looks like Tyson Banks and Will Hanger has issues as Wild's going to throw the slide cut down by Barnhart into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Barnhart now on the bottom. Felix going to jump up to the top side, hits that cushion, rips it down the back straightaway as Barnhart gets the run on the bottom. Good drive out as they head into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be white flag, 1 lap to go. Top 4 single file. We're going to keep an eye on this battle right here for that number 5 spot as they come out of turn number 2. Watts up in the mix in that number 11. Will he be able to take advantage? Barnhart down low. Wah up high. Oh! Roundtree gets inside wall. It's going to be Loic, Hickerson, Swank, Roundtree, Wah, Barnhart, Watts, Hanger, and Banks rounding out the field. Man, Roundtree is married to that inside wall tonight. Everybody qualifies, Nick.
And put in a hot dog stand in turn 1.
Hey, one of these days he'll grow up and get my autograph.
Tyson, buddy, you sit on the bleachers every weekend and watch everybody else race, myself included. Like, you haven't driven a real race car, and I don't know when. You and Brandon Barnhart ride the pine every weekend, pal. Don't talk. Will hangers, put the front.
All right, that's enough of that as we're going to get ready for heat race number 2. I don't know why I got stops up there. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 14 machine, it's going to be Ethan Bill. Outside of him, in the number 32, it's going to be Damian Ward. Starting inside, row number 2, in the number 84 machine, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him, it's going to be the number 07 of Trevin Lane. Starting inside, row number 3, in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. I got lost for a second. Outside of him, in the number 5, it's going to be Randy Johnston. Starting inside, is he in the 17? Starting inside, row number 4, in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Diesel Jones. Outside of him, in the number 14, it's going to be Aaron Langley. Then rounding out the field here tonight, in the 45 JR, it's going to be Nick Tree Service Ham. All right, down the back straightaway, looking for the green flag this time by as they head down the back straightaway for turn number 3. Who's your picks? Obviously, Larry going with Damian Ward. Matt P put up. Oh, okay. Down into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag. Green flag is out as Ethan Bill on the gas. Down the front straightaway in a 1 and 2. Durgan going to dig the bottom up underneath Damian Ward as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. So Caleb Durgan is always good at Weedsport. His Achilles heels is that inside wall. If he can stay out of that inside wall tonight, I expect that 84 to be up towards the front as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan all over the back of Ethan Bill as we got a little bit of contact further back as I think Trevin Lane and Randy Johnston might have made a little contact. Here comes Brundage up underneath Johnston. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. We're going to keep an eye on that battle as Durgan is starting to work the back bumper of that number 14. Got the inside wall there coming out of turn 4. Didn't mess him up. Bill gets the inside wall in 1 and 2. Up the track, here comes Caleb Durgan. Caleb Durgan down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to take the lead as they come out of... Oh, Bill into the inside wall once again. Oh, maybe that inside wall might have rubbed off on Ethan Bill here as he is now going the wrong way. Here comes Damian Ward down low, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Ward down low, Ethan Bill up high. Durgan leads the way out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Let's go racing, says Demon. What's up, Demon? As they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, Ward going to take that number 2 spot. Bill trying to wind it up on the top side, but I don't think it's there yet as they come down the front straightaway looking for 1 and 2. I think Ethan Bill might be committed to that outside right now. He's got that inside wall 1 too many times or 2 too many times as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. He wants that top side to cook, knowing they're going into the feature next as they come out of turn 4. It's going to be white flag, 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. Bill does move down to the bottom side. Doesn't want to lose that number 3 spot. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. One last time. It's going to be Caleb Durgan with the win. Trevin Lane just got the inside wall. Damian Ward, Ethan Bill, Trevin Lane, Randy Johnston, Nick Brundage, Langley, Ham, and Diesel Jones rounding out the field. All right, let's get ready for tonight's main event. And I'll tell you what, it is going to be a wild one here tonight. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some extracurricular activity in this one. Starting on the pole here tonight in the 00, no stranger to victory lane, it's going to be Loic Bernay. Starting outside of him in the number 84, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 14 machine, it's going to be MDiTV eDirt's most popular driver, Logan Hickerson. Outside of him in the number 32 machine, it's going to be Damian Ward. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 27 machine, it's going to be Michael Swank. Outside of him in the purple number 14, it's going to be Ethan Bill. Starting inside row number 4 here tonight in the number 2 machine, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Outside of him in the 07, it's going to be Trevin Lane. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 91 machine, it's going to be Felix Waugh. Outside of him in the number 5, it's going to be Randy Johnston. Starting inside row number 6 in the number 34, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Outside of him in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Starting inside row number 7 in the number 11 machine, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Aaron Langley. Starting inside row number 8 in the number 19 machine, it's going to be Will Hanger. Outside of him in the number 45 JR, it's going to be Nicholas Ham. Then rounding out the field here tonight in row number 9 on the inside, it's going to be the 747 of Tyson Banks. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Diesel Jones. 50 laps here tonight for the main event as they come down the back straightaway looking for the green flag. This time by, who's it going to be? Let me know in the chat. Who's your favorite as Loic And Caleb Durgan bring him to the green flag into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down into turn number 1 and 2. Lowe's going to easily take the lead as Durgan sits in the number 2 spot with Damian Ward all over the back of him. Damian trying to move him up out of that bottom line, trying to get up underneath him. Can't quite do it as they head through 3 and 4. As Hickerson's going to clip that inside wall. That's going to give advantage to Ethan Bill on the high side as they head through 1 and 2. Here comes E-Bill. E-Bill starting to rip that high side. High side is starting to look a little bit better now. A little bit more speed up there. But here comes Damian Ward up underneath Durgan. Out of 4, he can't get it to drive out. He's got to get back in line. Down into turn. Oh, they're 3 wide. Johnston and Trevin Lane make contact out of turn 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Roundtree up underneath. They're still 3 wide as they come out of turn 4. Now they're going to get it down to 2x2. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Michael Swank looking like he's trying to be on the move a little bit here as he's peeking up underneath Hickerson into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to get stick it there as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Hickerson's going to keep the spot at the line, this time by. Swank starting to look back into his true form once again in that number 27. He wasn't around for a while, lost a little bit of that form, is starting to look good again as they come out of turn at number 4. He's going to have the number 5 spot that time by. Turn right to go left, baby, says Demon. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, drag race for that number 5 spot. Top 4 going to keep it single file. Can Swank keep that spot this time by? He does at the line, but Hickerson going to fight hard on the outside as they, oh, Hickerson into the wall. Hickerson going to get in the wall. That's going to cost them. They're going to be 3 wide. Trevin Lane into Randy Johnson. That's going to kill Hickerson up into the wall. Felix Wall around. Caution flag comes out. Oh, no. Diesel Jones and Barnhart get together. Big damage there. Oh, what? I think the little extra. Oh, he spun it. How'd you do that, Am? All right. All right, let's go take a little bit more of a look at this. So we're going to watch this one as we can. Oh, I got to go up ahead. All right, so Hickerson's going to get the wall there. They're going to go 3 wide. Trevin Lane's going to come up. He's going to clip Randy. Randy's going to clip Hickerson up into the wall. Big stack up here. Nowhere for Felix or Langley to go. And Barnhart's going to get stuffed down into the inside wall as we get the first caution flag of the day. What a handful of cars caught up in that one. So Felix on pit road, Barnhart on pit road, bunch of cars going in to get some work done as they come down the back straightaway. Let's hit 1K likes. Yeah. What's up, 2025? All right, they got them stacked up 2x2. Let's see if that is the one to go this time by. Pace lights are off. It is 1 to green as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Everybody back out on the track. It is going to be 7 laps complete. Make it 8 laps complete. Yeah, he just got the outside wall and then got stacked into. As they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Lowe going to bring him to the green flag. When's he going to fire off? Green flag is out. Green flag's out. Durgan trying to get down to the bottom, but Ward trying to fill it in. Can't quite get there. Single file for the top 3 into turn number 1 and 2. Side by side for third. I'll tell you what, Swank has got some speed tonight. Watch that number 27. He is slowly picking off cars as they head through turn number 3 and 4. I guess he's just back where he started. No, Super's after this. Super's after this. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Looks like Loic has moved up to the top side as most of the field still on the bottom. Ward might have got the inside wall just a tick there. That's going to cost him a little time. He built to the high side in turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. So many different lines getting ran right now as they head through 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Oh, we got Supers, the ARCA Dirt, and the UMP Modified still coming up after this as they come down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Down nice. 1.2K likes over on TikTok as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. You know, before that caution flag, Damian Ward was fighting hard for the number 2 spot. Now he's just trying to survive and keep the number 3 spot as Bill is all over the back of him. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. A little bit of contact further back as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. We're going to move back here as Matthew Watts is up 7 positions to the number 6 spot. He is on the move as they head through 3 and 4. He's going to get contact from behind from Randy Johnston. Randy Johnston and Trevin Lane have been side by side most of this race. A lot of contact between these two. When will tempers push over on this battle here as they head through turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway? Randy going to keep the spot that time by as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Trevin Lane going to fight back. Randy going to bang the wall a little bit. Here comes Trevin back up underneath. Drag race down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Watts digging to that bottom side. He is gaining on those top 5 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Johnson going to go a little too straight through 1 and 2, but able to hold on to it as he hits the cushion down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. This is definitely starting to move up to the top side a little bit. Will the track progress back down to the bottom? That's going to be the biggest question. You'll see it late in this one. If this one gets super slick like it normally does, you'll see those guys absolutely hug that inside wall all the way around the track as here comes Trevin Lane digging back low out of turn number 4. This is top split official. So 3 of the 4 races. Oh, Randy into the wall. 3 of the 4 races I do are top split official on Mondays. The ARCA race that goes up at 9:15, that is my hosted. That's the first 24 to join. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Randy Johnson getting the wall. That's going to cost him a bit. Here comes Roundtree. Roundtree going to squeeze him up a little bit high as Brundage was looking low. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. We got a battle for the number 5 spot as Watts is there. He's got to get back in line. So Watts. Oh, no. Swank gets the wall. That's going to open the door for Watts. I was going to go back to that craziness, but let's watch the battle for 5th. As Watts tries to slide, has to back out of it as they come out of turn number 4. A little bit of contact down the front straightaway. Watts going to dig back down low as they head through 1 and 2. Swank going to gas it up out of turn 2. We got a car the wrong way. It is Will Hanger down the back straightaway. What happened to him? 21 laps complete here tonight. Let's go see what happened to Will Hanger. Oh, Will's going to cut down a little bit, and Banks was running the bottom side. They make contact out of turn number 2. It is so common to see here. Yeah, that one's going to be on Hanger as Hanger comes down into... Oh, my God. Langley absolutely pile drives into Will Hanger there. Langley's going to have a ton of damage, but yeah. Hanger comes down on the 747 and gets turned around. Caution flag comes out. So 21 laps in the books, almost halfway through. As they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Let's see if they get that one to go this time by. Looks like Diesel Jones, Logan Hickerson, Felix Waugh, and Brandon Barnhart all on pit road right now. Well, Barnhart's out. And it looks like Hanger might be out for the night. That sucks for Hanger. That's 122 iRating loss. Yeah, Haas got that win. Riley was excited about that one. As they come down the back straightaway, looking for the green flag this time by. It is still Durgan and Loic on that front row as Loic's going to look for the gas out of turn number 4. Hickerson's the 14. He's going to be towards the back right now. Right there. That 14, the yellow 14. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Damian Ward gets a much better jump this time. He's going to roll up underneath Durgan as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Side by side out of 4. It's going to be Durgan holding the spot this time by. down into 1 and 2. Here comes Ethan Bill in that number 14. Matthew Watts in tow. I'll tell you what. Yeah, I don't think he's got trading paint on, because he's got the sim stamp number. Oh, we got a big stack up at the back. Big stack up. They were 3 wide out of 4. Somehow they survived as Trevin Lane and Randy Johnston still leaning into each other as Nick Ham gets in the back of Roundtree. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Bunch of contact through the field back here as they head through turn number 1 and 2. I'll tell you what, Randy and Trevin Lane have been side by side this whole freaking race. Randy thinks about the slide, pulls out of it, out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, looking for turn number 1 and 2. These battles are starting to heat up here in the top 6 as the top 6 roll down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Ward's going to run a little bit different line down the back straightaway. Let's see if that pays off. Down into turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Damian Ward is doing what I said is going to happen when this track gets slick. He is rolling that bottom side. I don't know if there's enough down there, if it's fast enough yet, but that lane will come in later. It has not yet, as we got 28 laps in the books. Loa continuing to lead, but Durgan and not letting him go as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Man, Bill almost pushed a little too high there in 3 and 4. 463, Matthew. 463. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Durgan looking up underneath the 00. Can't quite get there. Out of turn 4. Back in line. Nose to tail through turn number 1 and 2. Durgan going to go up there, grab the cushion down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Durgan trying to get there. Can't quite. Let's go back to this battle. They're still side by side. Trevin Lane. Oh, Trevin gives the door to Randy Johnston. Brundage and Roundtree just behind him. Randy Johnston going to move back up underneath as they head through 3 and 4. Slides Trevin Lane. Lane back with the cut down out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, looking for turn number 1 and 2. These two won't quit. Trevin up the track. Johnston back with the cut down. Out of turn 2, looking for turn number 3 and 4. This is quite a show. I know they're starting to race up front, but man, this is wild. As they come out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, Trevin Lane back up underneath Johnston. He's going to clip the wall a little bit in 1 and 2. All right, that one's got down a little bit as we got a battle back here for that number 4 spot. Matthew Watts still trying to move forward. He's going to get back in line down the front straightaway, looking for 1 and 2. Closing in on 15 laps to go when they cross the line this time by. It's going to be Loic leading the way. Durgan working them as they come out of turn number 4. 15 laps to go. Let's go check this battle. That's quieted down for a minute. We'll see if Trevin Lane can get back up there, but that was pretty wild as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Durgan starting to peek up underneath that 00 out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Into turn number 1 and 2. Right now it is single file. When will Durgan try to make the move? Is he trying to make it? Just might not have enough car. We're going to find out here soon as they got 13 laps to go. 13 laps to go for Durgan to find his way around that 00. Damian Ward in second, Ethan Bill in third, Matthew Watts Damian Ward in third, Ethan Bill in fourth, Matthew Watts in fifth, Swank in sixth. He's starting to lose that pack as it looks like Randy Johnston might be reeling him in. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Trevin Lane back here. He's got company as Roundtree and Brundage battle side by side. Last week's winner, Nick Brundage, trying to get back up into that top 5. Right now, he is sitting in the number 9 spot. Here comes Nicholas Ham looking up underneath Banks out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, drag race looking for turn number 3 and 4. Keeping an eye on that space for the lead, but right now we're going to watch this battle as they come out of turn number 4. They almost touch down into 1 and 2. Nick Ham rolling that 45 down on the bottom side, holding strong, leaving Banks up high as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Still side by side for that battle. They touch down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. They just ran out of room, almost opened the door for Langley. I'm actually surprised Langley is doing as well as he did. He took a big hit earlier when Will Hanger was turned around, and he is still going as Banks is going to get into him down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Back up to the front. It is going to be 7 laps to go. Loic has extended his lead into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan starting to lose ground. Damian a little bit further back as Ethan Bill and Matthew Watts have lost the top 3 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 6 laps to go right now. Let's go look at this battle as Johnston has finally caught Swank as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Battle for that number 6 spot out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Randy Johnston on the outside. Randy going to dig out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway, looking for 1 and 2. They almost touch side by side, door to door. Out of turn 2, caution flag comes out. Oh boy, we are going to have a restart here with like 4 or 5 laps to go. It looks like Will Hanger did make his way back out on the track and goes around again, bringing out the 3rd caution flag of the night. Oh no, that's... What the heck is going on here between Hickerson and Hanger? All right, let's back it up a little bit. I think Hanger might have just reacted. It looked like he blinked out a little bit there. Hickerson's going to grab the wall, and yeah, that was interesting as the caution flag comes out for the 3rd time tonight. Well, it's going to be a single file restart, 4 laps to go. If you got anything left, now is the time to show it, as we are going to get a 4-lap shootout here tonight at Weedsport. Landon, thank you for the gift. Appreciate that over on TikTok. As they head into turn number 1 and 2. What's up, buddy? What's up? I appreciate you, as always. Got to keep that streak alive when I go live, I know. Braden says, send it. This could get real interesting. We got Trevin Lane and Randy Johnston back together again. I'm not sure who has anything left at this point. These tires have to be used and abused at this point, as we are getting the green flag this time by What's Up, Watto? All right, looking for the green flag into turn number 3 and 4. Loic leads the way. Caleb Durgan 2nd. Damian Ward in 3rd. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Loic's going to run slider. Durgan's going to run that bottom. Use those cool tires. Take the shortest way around. That is what Durgan and Ward are doing as they come down into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, 3 laps to go at the line. Loic is pulling away. Battle's going to be for 2nd as Damian Ward is still all over the back of Durgan as they head through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail as it stands right now. Durgan in that number 2 spot. Damian Ward trying to find his way around as they come across the line. 2 laps to go. Durgan up the track. Oh my God, he was so close to that wall as they come out of 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Looks like Loic is not pulling away from the same amount he was earlier, but it doesn't matter. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Here comes the battle for 2nd. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Loic leading the way as they come to the checkered flag. Loic going to take the win. Durgan 2nd. Damian Ward in 3rd. E-Bill 4th. And Matthew Watts in 5th. All right, crazy one here tonight. We're going to go ahead and go through these results, and we were going to pull in the top 3 if they jump in the Discord. It's going to be Loic with the win here tonight. Caleb Durgan in 2nd. Going to be Damian Ward in that number 3 spot. E-Bill in 4th. Matthew Watts in the number 5 position. Michael Swank in 2nd. Michael Swank in 6th. Trevin Lane in 7th. Going to be Randy Johnston in that number 8 spot. Nick Brundage in 9th. Tyson Banks is going to be in 10th here tonight. Aaron Langley in 11th. Felix Waugh in 12th. Going to be Nick Ham in that number 13 spot. Logan Hickerson 14th. Roundtree in 15th. Diesel Jones in 16th here tonight. Will Hanger 17th. And Brandon Barnhart in that number 18 spot. These interviews are going to be awfully interesting here tonight. I'm probably going to have to mute the chat over on iRacing. We're going to go mute the chat on iRacing because when they do jump over here, is Ducharme going to give the Loic interview? And the crew chief. And was Tyler Ducharme crew chiefing tonight? All right. You know, honestly, not a bad race for Weedsport. It got a little crazy in the back, but up front, you guys put on a little bit of a show. It was a little bit of the Loic show, but definitely some good hard racing there. Damian Ward, 3rd place. It looked like you had a little something at the end there, but not enough time to use it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too hot here, so plus you can't beat fucking Loic and Caleb. Not at this track, no.
Yeah,
I couldn't find the damn Discord.
You got lost, Durgan. You needed a map. Did
Yeah,
you
I
ask
got
Loic
lost.
for a map?
I needed the Loic Bernier map tonight.
Well, Damien, definitely quick. It's
Damien,
difficult
quick.
here, and I will agree with you. When I figured Durgan was the favorite, and then I seen Loic join, and I said, well, we might have a new favorite because I know he's always good here, but still held strong. Kept with those guys all night. Got to be happy with that. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, got to thank Caleb and Loic. I didn't really get to battle with either one of them, but they put on a good race. I think Randy, Jacob Scholes and Outlaw Designs, Rocky Photography. I think that's about it. You for putting on the stream, everybody for watching, and see if we can't just continue to streak of top 5s.
A good run here tonight, Damien. And Durgan.
Hey,
Is 2nd place with grip hack accusations better than 3rd place?
this is the greatest 2nd place I've ever took in my life. You know what I mean? Because Loic Bernier won, and it's another week where RGM is just mid-pack hacks. So, besides Damian Ward and Ethan Bill, but other than that, they're pretty terrible. And even at that, Damian's their best. So, I don't know. I'm happy to be here. You know what I mean?
You know, I was watching your heat race number 2, and Ethan Bill leading the way.
He needed a map. He was so bad.
Did your inside wall thing rub off on him? Because I don't think you might have hit the inside wall once, but it was just a scrape. I don't think you got the inside wall tonight.
I didn't at all. He hit it twice. He crumbled like a cookie. He's seen the, I guess it wasn't the 17 tonight, but he's seen Caleb Durgan behind him, and he crumbled like a cookie. So that's unfortunate. But
oh, I hit the wrong button. I guess I hit the button and bounced myself out of here by mistake. Sorry, but I got to the but.
Oh,
He crumbled like a cookie, but
He crumbled like a cookie, but I don't really know what I was saying. He just sucks. When he sees Caleb Durgan behind him, he just crumbles like a cookie. Like every other RJM car out there, they're all terrible. They all need a map. They all need to figure it out. Loic Bernier comes back for one race, and it's just a Loic Bernier show. Like, I need a map too, obviously. Tyler Ducharme, will you send me your setup, dude?
Yeah,
That thing was spot on, by the way. Let me tell you what. Caleb.
I
Well,
just installed the grip hacks on his computer.
well,
I
you
don't
know,
know. Realistically speaking, I could get to Loic, but I couldn't do anything. We were like even speed, like literally identical.
They're pretty cool.
I don't know.
you were pretty close, especially at the end there. But that one long run in the middle there before that late caution, he was pulling away.
No, yeah, early on he was better. I expected him to be better early on. I know what they're doing, so I kind of expected that to be the case.
Brother, I still think we were a little bit. I think we were.
It was a tad bit better. No, it was a tad bit better for sure. 810 definitely stayed in a little bit better there because of how much pre-gen it is. I'm on 8.8. What secret is it?
Snitches get stitches.
Dude, what secret is it? 810, 88. That's all you need. With a
And put the
250.
fries in the
I
bag.
had, yeah,
With a
put the fri-
250 left
I had
front,
the tape on the
25 right
tire.
front.
I had everything hidden up so nobody
Good.
could see
Oh, yeah.
what we were doing. I had
Had
3
the
pieces of
iBot
duct
covers
tape over
on.
the compound.
It's no different on the iRacing than it is in real life. Everybody trying to hide what they're doing. But great run here tonight, Durgan. You didn't turn into a rotisserie chicken. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
I don't know, everyone on this 84Y. Loic Bernier for the win. And all the RJM people just, can go back to the pond like every other week besides Fairbury when Logan Herbert came and ran his own setup and beat people. So RJM just needs a map pretty much.
Loic, no surprise here. You've always been good here. Weedsport making a little bit of a comeback. Good to see you out there out front and with a little bit of help from a friend. Man, there's not a lot to talk about. You were just out front the whole time.
Yeah, we struggled a little bit in the heat race, and then we had to bring the crew chief and to put the adjustments to it because it was not good. Yeah, the race was good, Yeah.
This track
great.
is all about being smooth and getting in that rhythm here. I mean, is this just your style track? I mean, you always did it at Lima Land. You did it here. You do it here. Williams Grove, even though it's big, you've run pretty good there. And that's a very rhythm-based track, too. These type of tracks just really suit your style?
Yeah, I guess so.
Even after a long vacation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, long vacations, I don't know. We picked up
It was
our
so
new
bad.
hobby.
I had to blow the dust off the cars at storage.
We were running out of cars.
I don't think we'll see him, but you might have to blow the dust off of Mike's car next week because that's his track.
Oh,
Is it
where
Willie
are they
G next
going?
week?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, you
Oh,
might have to
boy.
blow him to get him to run next week.
Listen,
But
if you noticed on the 00 tonight, considering I ran it the week before, Loic ran it tonight. It's the only car we got left. All the rest of them are junk. We let Caleb Durgan take them all and destroy them. So, but we got a new sponsor. We got Whiff Coin on the side of it tonight.
Yes.
And it's been a great night.
Well, great run here tonight, guys. It was a lot of fun to watch. Why don't you give a shout out to
time's
Friends,
ARCA
family sponsor? The session opens up at 9:15.
Okay.
What is it?
ARCA.
ARCA at the dirt track at Charlotte. It's a ton of fun.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh. In 30 minutes?
Yeah, that's when the session opens, and then and the race will go up a little after 9:30. So the session opens and there's like a 15-20 minute practice, and then we go and do racing.
Loic's got to work, so it might be.
Yeah,
a little tough,
might
but-
not make it for that. Yeah.
Well, if you make it, you make it. If you don't, you still got an opportunity to thank friends, family, sponsors now.
Oh yeah. Thank you to Sharp Speed. Thank God he was there tonight because we were struggling early. Ding Dong Motorsports. It almost dead, but never forgotten. And yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. It's been real. It's been nice. But I got to go on to watch the Supers.
Have
All
fun
right.
watching that.
Thank you.
disaster. Thank you, Dave.
Later, guys. Have a good one. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Yep.
Later, Ward.
Later.
All right, that's going to be it for the big blocks. We're going to jump over. I need to turn my chat on because, I love to hear what those guys have to say. At least then I can give you guys an idea of what they're saying. We're going to move over to the screen as we jump over to the next race. I'm reading Nick Ham's messages out there. All right, let's see. We're going to jump over here to the super race. It looks like it might be a stacked one here at Fairbury. Just waiting for it to let me join. All right, we're going to jump over here and watch the Fairbury one. Good race for Ward, definitely. I think more than anything, them putting up a race every hour has ruined iRacing. All right, we're going to jump over here to our next race. How's everybody doing tonight? How you guys doing? Let me know in the chat. You guys ready for some super late model action? Yeah, it sucks. I hope it goes away. It has absolutely ruined iRacing.
Feel the thunder roll, the clays flying, engines roaring full. Side by side, leaning into the fight.
It gives people the time to cool down, and it just creates a better SOF and more people racing good races. It's really the biggest part of it. As we are in qualifying here. Right now, Chase Barbara, the only one that has put a lap down with a 12.041. All right, I got to update my titles because I always forget. All right, so Knox Lumley going to put that number 2 time down. We put best times up there as we get ready. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch the ARCA cars at Charlotte. They've been a riot. That's coming up after that. A 12.030 for Bo Stencil as he takes the quick time here. Let's see. We got Logan Rumsey out on the track in that number 49 machine here tonight as he comes down to put down a lap time. Looks like Dylan Yeager going to take the quick time with a 12.003. Where is Logan Rumsey going to put that number 49 here tonight as he comes out of turn at number 4 across the line? Quick time with a 11.987. So Logan Rumsey out there with the quick time. Felix Waz in this one. Lucas Rourke going to jump up to second on the boards. So Felix Waz up in this one. Just saw him in the big block race. Not a lot of luck for him. Right? What's up, Tyler? What's up, buddy? I see you jumped in. Hey, I threw you the link. Figured you could check it out. Felix Wah out there in the number 91, going to roll the bottom of turn at number 3 and 4. Let's see what kind of time he puts down. He's 16th quick. Does he improve? He does not. He's going to stay back in 16th. Jesse Newsom out on the track in the number 11 machine. So where is Jesse going to put that number 11 here tonight? I expect him to normally be quick. He's going to be 4th quick with a 12.004. Yeah, you live close enough to dirt country. You live closer to Watkins Glen though than I do, so I get the road racing stuff. Good thing I had that muted. All right, so Logan Rumsey going to jump out there with the quick time. We're going to get ready for heat race number 1. Let's stack them up out on the pole here tonight in the number 49 machine. It is going to be Logan Rumsey. Outside of him, in the number 48, it's going to be Dylan Yeager. Starting inside, row number 2, in the 327, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. Outside of him, it's going to be Bo Stencil. Starting inside, row number 3 here tonight, it is going to be the 23 of Chase Barbara. Outside of him, it's going to be Daniel Elkins. Starting inside, row number 7, in that number 33, it's going to be Hunter Rich. Outside of him, in the number 18 machine, it's going to be JC Floyd. Starting inside, row number 5, in the 109, it's going to be James Braswell. Outside of him, in the number 34, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Then rounding out the field here tonight, on the inside of row number 6, it's going to be the number 83 of Colton Jordan. Outside of him, in the number 1, it's going to be Joey Pasta Lingron. Getting set up here tonight. It is going to be 8 laps for heat race number 1. It's in my blood. I'm addicted. Yeah, I know. I get it. I like road. I just suck at it. you got to put the time in. So I can get on a dirt track or asphalt oval track and put a couple laps in and feel comfortable. It takes a lot of time to put a couple laps in on a road course. I definitely have respect for that commitment. All right, it's going to be 8 laps here. Top 7 transfer through. Everybody else off to the consi as they come out of turn number 2. Rumsey and Yeager, what a front row here in heat race number 1. And then the second row is pretty great too. Hayden Tolson definitely been getting quicker and quicker each week. Can he take the W here tonight in that 327? 1 to go as they come out of turn number 2. Pace truck going to pull in. It is side by side. When will Rumsey fire him off as they head into turn number 3 and 4? Green flag is out. Oh, we got one doing a wheelie down on the inside over the bump in turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 1 and 2, it's going to be Rumsey to the point. Yeager going to jump in behind him. He's going to jump to the outside of turn number 3 and 4. Takes it down the front straightaway, trying to build that momentum up on the cushion as they head through 1 and 2. If you can run the cushion here at Fairbury, it is usually going to be the quicker way around, but that bottom side does dig as we see Rumsey pulling away from the field down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Here comes Chase Barbara. He's up 2 spots in the number 23. He is bottom feeding like a catfish as they head through turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway, looking for turn number 1 and 2. You're going to bang the wall, but Chase Barbara is coming for some action as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Gets up behind him out of turn 4, down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Barbara's going to jump up to the high side. Chase Barbara. Oh, we got a big wreck in turn number 1 and 2. Big wreck. Hunter Rich knocks the nose off that thing. They keep it rolling down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Rumsey leading the way. Dylan Yeager in second. Chase Barbara in third. A little bit of separation between second and third. Now Barbara going to move back to the bottom side. Starts to gain some ground again as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. White flag is in the air. They're going to get 1 to go this time by 1 lap to go as they come into turn number 1 and 2. Barbara going to roll the middle lane now in turn number 1 and 2. Rolls through the marbles. Sometimes you can find a lot of speed through there. Then straight to the bottom through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Rumsey, Yeager, Barbara, Tolson, Floyd, Elkins, and Braswell going to tonight's feature. Barnhart, Stencil, Lindgren, Jordan, and Rich going to the LCQ. So we got quite the field here tonight. As these guys get ready for some action, we are going to be sending quite a few people home here tonight. Only 18 making the feature as Rumsey is doing some extra credit out there. All right, heat race number 2. So 24 cars here tonight. We take 18 to the feature. That means we're sending 6 home here tonight after the LCQ. But right now, top 7 going to transfer through. Everybody else off to the LCQ. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it's going to be the number 5 of Lucas Rourke. Outside of him in the number 11, it's going to be Jesse Newsom. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 31 machine, it's going to be Robbie Buchanan. Outside of him, I always forget, I think Connor New's in the 10. Outside of him, in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Connor New. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 24 machine, it's going to be Knox Lumley. Outside of him in the number 5, it's going to be Diesel Jones. Inside row number 4 in the 62 machine, it's going to be Carson Jenkins. Outside of him in the number 27B, it's going to be Brady Thompson. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 91 machine, it's going to be, row number 5. In the number 91 machine, it's going to be Felix Waugh. Outside of him, in the 79, it's going to be Cray Wheeler. Starting inside, row number 6 here tonight. In the number 17 machine, it's going to be Mason Cassidy. Outside of him, in the 1T, it's going to be Frankie Thompson. 8 laps here in heat race number 2. Top 7 transfer through. Everybody else off to the LCQ. We're going to see a lot of chaos here as they come out of turn number 2. Pace truck is in. When will Lucas fire off? Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Lucas with a nice jump slides up the track across the nose of Newsom as they head into 1 and 2. He's going to go back to the middle, makes a little contact with Buchanan, slides back up the track down to the middle in turn number 3 and 4. Rourke is playing just as much defense as he is offense as they head through turn number 1 and 2. He's got those guys all over the back of him sideways out of turn number 2. He's going to pull away a bit as Buchanan jumps to the bottom side in turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Connor New down low in that number 10. Connor takes advantage of a little bit of contact there as Newsom going to fall back to the back out of turn number 2 down into 3 and 4. Rourke continues to lead as we got big wreck in turn number 3 and 4. Looks like Brady Thompson and Felix Waugh caught up in this one as we move back up to the front. Rourke going to continue to lead as they're side by side for second. Buchanan tries to work that bottom. Here comes Connor New all over the back of Rourke. He's going to jump up underneath out of turn number 2, looking for the lead in 3 and 4. He's going to throw that slider out of turn number 4. Connor New to the point. Rourke can't cut him down. New race leader at the line. It's going to be Connor New into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Rourke gets turned around. Rourke gets turned around by Buchanan. Somehow he brings it back straight, but he's still in a transfer spot in that number 6 position. Connor New going to lead the way. Here comes Buchanan in that number 31, too far back as Carson Jenkins going to blink out down on the bottom side. Lumley up on the high side as they head through turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Buchanan going to roll that wall as Jenkins rolls the bottom as they head through turn number 3 and 4 one last time. Rourke going to try to make a big move on Diesel Jones. He does, as it's going to be Connor New with the win. Buchanan, Jenkins, Lumley, Rourke, Jones, and Wheeler going to the feature. Thompson, Cassidy, Newsom, Thompson, Brady Thompson, and Felix Waugh going to the consi. I didn't realize we had 2 Thompsons. There.
So just watch the shit when it goes into 1.
No, tighten it. I want to be the one to knock it off. Cold Jordan's. Oh, yeah, cheap for
Gotcha.
A little bit of drama going on in the chat right now. Let's go ahead and get ready for the LCQ. Last chance for these guys to get in. 10 cars, 4 transfer through. If we thought we saw some chaos before, we're going to see a lot more here tonight. It is going to be Brandon Barnhart starting on the pole here tonight. Outside of him, it is going to be Frankie Thompson. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be Bo Stencil. Outside of him, it's going to be Mason Cassidy. Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be Joey Lingron. Outside of him, it's going to be Jesse Newsom. He does not make the grid, neither does Felix Waugh. Then rounding out the field here tonight in that number 7 spot. Inside row number 4, it's going to be Jordan. Outside of him, Brady Thompson. Inside row number 5, last but not least, it's going to be Hunter Rich. So now we got 8 cars hunting for 4 spots as they come down the back straightaway. Side by side. Sometimes it's hard to believe this is top split. As they come out of turn number 4, they're going to get that one to go this time by. I guess Cassidy decided to leave this party early. That leaves it to only 3 cars going home here tonight. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, green flag is out. Green flag is out as Barnhart going to lead him into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes the 91 of Bo Stencil down low, tries to clear Frankie, can't quite do it as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Door to door for that number 2 spot. I'll tell you what, Frankie is digging that middle side. They are both gaining ground on Barnhart as they head through 1 and 2. Contact down on the bottom as they come out of turn number 2. Door to door into turn number 3 and 4. More contact as Bo Stencil continues to dig that bottom side. He's going to slide him in turn number 1 and 2. Cut down by Frankie Thompson. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Frankie going to slide up the track. He gets into Barnhart. Here comes Brady Thompson. Brady Thompson in the number 27. He wants a piece of the action as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for 3 and 4. Frankie looking for the lead. Is he going to slide Barnhart? Can't quite get there. 4 laps complete. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Brady Thompson digging that bottom side in that number 27T as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Can he make the ground up? He's going to slide into third out of turn number 4, down into 1 and 2. He continues to dig that bottom side. Here comes the 91 of Bo Stencil. He says, you can dig low, I can dig lower as they come out of... Oh, he makes contact with Frankie out of turn number 4. Brady Thompson trying to dig that bottom side. Great run through 1 and 2. Gets into Frankie. Frankie up the track. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side for second as they got 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Frankie going to dig that outside. Brady has to get back in line. Here comes Bo Stencil. He wants a little bit more of that action for second as they come out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. These guys just have to keep it clean at this point. They are guaranteed a spot in as they head through turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go as they come down the front straightaway. Here comes Brady Thompson back low. Brady going to get back up underneath Frankie as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air, a little bit of contact. Here comes Brady. He takes that number 2 spot. It's going to be Barnhart, Thompson, Brady Thompson, Frankie Thompson, Bo Stencil going to the feature here tonight. Lingron, Rich, Jordan, Cassidy, Newsom, and Wah are going home. Whew. These short tracks. It is a lot of work to call them, to keep up with them. All right, your starting lineup here tonight for week number 6 at Fairbury. It's going to be Logan Rumsey starting on the pole here tonight in that number 49. Outside of him in the number 10, it's going to be Connor New. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number 48 machine, it's going to be Dylan Yeager. Outside of him in the number 31, it's going to be Robbie Buchanan. Starting inside, row number 3 here tonight, it is going to be the 23 of Chase Barbara. Outside of him in the 62, it's going to be Carson Jenkins. Starting inside, row number 4 here tonight in the 327, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. Outside of him in the 24, it's going to be Knox Lumley. Starting inside, row number 5 in the number 18 machine, it's going to be J.C. Floyd. Outside of him in the number 5, it's going to be Felix Wah. Starting inside, row number 6, it's going to be the 87 of Daniel Elkins. Outside of him in the other number 5, it's going to be Diesel Jones. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, starting inside, row number 7 in the 109, it's going to be James Braswell. Outside of him, it's going to be Cray Wheeler. Starting inside, row number 8 in the number 34B, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Outside of him in the 27B, it's going to be Brady Thompson. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the 1T on the inside of row number 9, it's going to be Frankie Thompson. Outside of him in the 91, it's going to be Bo Stencil as we look for the green flag. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Logan going to slide up the track, but here comes Connor New down low out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. 3 wide for second as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. These guys bottom feeding hard down in 1 and 2 as Connor New continues to lead the way as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 3 and 4 wide back in the pack as it looks like Buchanan going to get shuffled out. He's going to get shuffled back to the number 4 spot again as they're going to be 3, maybe 4 wide back behind for 4th as they come out of turn number 4. Carson Jenkins going to dig that high side in the number 62 as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. This is top split official. Washed as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Rumsey with Yeager up underneath them as Connor New is driving away with this one as we got big contact further back in the back. Down into turn number 3 and 4, Rumsey and Yeager side by side. Rumsey with the advantage up on the high side in that number 49 as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Out front, Connor New continues to lead the way. Logan Rumsey second, Dylan Yeager in third, Carson Jenkins in fourth, Chase Barbara in fifth. Battle going to be between Robbie Buchanan and Hayden Tolson for that number 6 spot. Hayden Tolson down on the bottom as they head through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway, getting it single file. Looks like they're going to ride the train up on the high side except for Yeager. Yeager continues to roll the bottom side. What's up, Steve-O? Appreciate that. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. We've got more contact back here in the back of the pack. Oh my God, Buchanan absolutely clobbers Chase Barbara. Barbara going to lose that spoiler. That's going to hurt him as they head through turn number 1 and 2. It might not be so bad with a short track, but he is definitely looking loose as they head through 3 and 4. Buchanan in that number 31 playing roadblock there as it looks like Rourke going to slide up the track. Here comes Buchanan back with the cut down as Chase Barber going to hit pit road as Tolson rolls up underneath Rourke. Rourke going to get the spot out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. We're watching this battle right now for 5th on back as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Rumsey has tracked down our leader, Connor New, as they head through 1 and 2. We're going to keep an eye on that battle as it transpires, but right now we're going to go back to this, the chaos, as they head through turn number 3 and 4, beating and banging. Here comes, I don't even know who's here anymore. Oh, man, let me get track of who is in here. Diesel Jones, that's who I seen popping his way in the other number 5. Sometimes these guys change numbers too much. Here comes the battle for the lead. Rumsey to the top side. New down low. New going to slide up the track. Here comes Rumsey down low into turn number 1 and 2. Slide job and 1 and 2 cut down by New. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. New's going to try to pinch down Rumsey. Rumsey going to dig the bottom out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Here comes Rumsey. Rumsey with the slide. Cut down by New. Yeager wants a piece of action. He's closing the gap as New slides back up to the lead into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. We got a 3-car battle for the lead once again as New going to bang the wall. He's got to be careful. If he loses that spoiler, he is going to have a hard time holding that lead as they head through turn number 3 and 4, down the front straightaway. 18 laps complete. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. They're going to keep it single file forward now. Yeager going to move down to the bottom in turn number 3 and 4. He's got Jenkins behind him. Jenkins trying to close the gap. He definitely looks to be pulling in on these top 3 in that number 62 as they come out of turn number 2. Definitely looks like it's topside dominant for sure in turn number 1 and 2, but bottom is looking pretty good in 3 and 4 as Yeager has closed in on the back bumper of Rumsey as a caution flag comes out. Honestly, a little surprised that it took that long for a caution. Let's go back and take a look at that. It looks like Lox Lumley caught up in this one. Let's see what happened to Lumley just grabs the wall in 3 and 4, then gets hit from behind. Nowhere for those guys to go, and he climbs the wall. Luckily not to land on his lid as he is going to still be... No, maybe he is down on pit road now. Is he on pit road? Yeah, he is down on pit road. I don't know if he had the tow or not, but who had the lead when the caution flag came out? Was it Connor New or Rumsey? I think it was Connor New. It was Connor New because Rumsey was in second. Yeager was digging down low on him. All right, so a little breather here tonight as they come across the line. Let's see how quick this thing goes. Green flag again. Cautions could be a little wonky here. As you can see, they're already going green this time. By-pace truck is in. Lumley still on pit road, looking for the green flag. Out of turn number 4. When will Connor New fire him off? Green flag is out. Green flag is out. Oh, Yeager had a good jump down on the bottom, but I'll tell you what, that bump definitely goofed him up a little bit as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Jenkins. He takes it 3 wide for second. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Bottom side is definitely not in turn number 1 and 2. That's definitely hurting Yeager as Jenkins going to get back to his top side as they head through 3 and 4. Rumsey tries to slide up but doesn't want to slam the door on Jenkins. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is utter chaos behind this battle for 5th on back as they come down the back straightaway. They are 4 wide going into turn number 3. Slide job by Rourke. Diesel Jones going to thread the needle out of turn number 4. He's going to take the number 5 spot. What a move by Diesel Jones. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. We're going to keep an eye on these battles as Jenkins is definitely keeping Yeager busy. That's taking a lot of pressure off Rumsey. We'll see if he closes the gap on the leader once again as they are beating and banging further back. I don't think we're done with cautions yet as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, Brady Thompson out of the LCQ. He's up 7 spots. Diesel Jones is up 7 spots to the number 5 position, I just noticed. So a couple big movers. Bo Stencil up 8. Now Brady Thompson up 8. So some of these guys that started deep in this field are on the move towards the front as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Past the halfway point as they come across the line. We got 23 laps to go. If you guys are running the ARCA race, it should be going up right about now. So keep an eye out on that as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Rourke's going to grab the wall in that number 6 spot as he's got Buchanan all over the back of him. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, going to be single file up at the top side for the most part. Brady Thompson trying to find some spots as he digs the bottom. Looks like Tolson going to get to his high side. He's going to dig around the top, takes that spot away from Thompson. Thompson has to get back in line. Oh my God, I thought he was going to kill Tolson for a minute. Look at this craziness behind these guys. It is nuts at the back of the pack as they try to wreck for last. As they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. JC Floyd digging the bottom side as Elkins finally breaks away from this battle. Down into turn number 1 and 2. These guys starting to thin it out, figure it out a little bit. Oh my God, he was sideways. That was Bo Stencil completely sideways out of turn number 4 in that number 91, or turn number 2, sorry. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be side by side as they close the gap on Daniel Elkins once again, trying to draw him back in on that battle. Contact JC Floyd sideways as Frankie Thompson got in the back of him. Up at the front, relatively calm. A lot of space between these leaders. We got a battle right here between Tolson and Brady Thompson. Tolson up on the high side, Thompson down low as they come out of turn number 2. Somebody just lost their spoiler back in the back. That is going to be bad news for them. Was it Braswell? Oh, no, it was Bo Stencil loses the back spoiler on that number 91. That is definitely going to hurt him as he is going to go backwards in a hurry. Climbs the wall. Up over the wall, breaks the right front. No caution flag. Is he going to sit there? He's going to sit there for the caution as Connor New passes him. And we get the second caution of the night. We'll go take another look at it. We saw it happen live. Lost that spoiler and just grabbed the wall and lost the right front. Wild racing here tonight at Fairbury. He just knocked the spoiler off of that. No more rear downforce. Can't get that car to do what it needs to, and he's just up and over the wall, knocking the right front off of that thing. Big damage on that number 91. He is going to be done for the night. Oh, needed a swig of water. Woo. All right, are we going green flag this time by? We're about to find out. I think it is 1 to go as they come across the line. Pace truck going to pull in off the back straightaway as these guys are stacked up 2 by 2. Now is about the time you start to figure out who saved and who didn't, as it's going to be 13 laps to go when they take the green flag. Green flag is out as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. Going to be Connor New leading the way down into turn number 1 and 2. He's got Rumsey digging hard. Here comes Rumsey and Diesel and Yeager down to the bottom side out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. 12 laps to go, side by side for second. Yeager down low. Rumsey up high. Rumsey with a slide into the lead. Cut down by Connor New. Where did he come from? As they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. That is one thing about this track. Things happen fast. They come out of nowhere as Rumsey threw the big slider. Kind of what he needed to do to break himself free of Yeager. Yeager now on his back bumper as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Seems like things have calmed down a little bit at the back. Those cars pretty beat up after this one so far. 9 laps to go. Connor New continues to lead this one. Connor leading in dominating fashion here tonight. Can he hold on for 8 more laps when they cross the line? 8 laps to go. 8 laps to go. Rumsey trying to close the gap out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Yeager has lost ground on those top 2. Looks like Connor New starting to pull away. He's hitting that cushion absolutely perfect in turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2 is going to be Connor New leading the way. Rumsey trying to close the gap into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 6 laps to go when they cross the line. 6 more laps to go for Connor New. Down the back straightaway, going to be single file for most of the field. I don't know if anybody's side by side. We got a couple side by sides back here as Frankie Thompson trying to move his way forward as we move back up to the front. Down the back straightaway through 3 and 4. Going to be 4 laps to go when they come across the line. Can Connor New hold on? Can Rumsey and Yeager catch him? We're going to find out here soon as they come out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4, still single file as it stands right now. Rumsey trying to find some speed. Yeager too. Yeager way sideways in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Oh no! Rumsey lost the spoiler. Can he hold on to second? Here comes Dylan Yeager. Yeager going to slide into turn number 1 and 2. Yeager going to take the spot. Rumsey going to cut back up underneath. Impressive. Rumsey's even there as they head through 3 and 4. Rumsey with the slide. Cut down by Yeager. White flag is out. 1 lap to go as they head into 1 and 2. Rumsey's got to think about survival at this point. He's got cars coming from behind down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Connor New with the win. Dylan Yeager second. Rumsey holds on to third. Diesel Jones and Tolson, your top 5. Wow, impressive that Rumsey was able to hold on there. We're going to go ahead and pull up those results. Starting with tonight's winner, it's going to be Connor New in that number 1 spot. Dylan Yeager in second. Logan Rumsey in the number 3 position. Diesel Jones in 4th. Hayden Tolson going to be in 5th. Robbie Buchanan in 6th. Brady Thompson in 7th. Going to be J.C. Floyd in that number 8 spot. Braswell in 9th. Frankie Thompson in 10th. Going to be Daniel Elkins in the number 11 spot. Barnhart in 12th. Trey Wheeler in 13th. Lucas Rourke in 14th. Bo Stencil 15th. Jenkins in 16th. Knox Lumley 17th. And Chase Barbara in that number 18 position. Well, we don't usually get anybody for the supers, but if we do, I will pull them in, and we're going to jump over into anybody in the top 3 want to jump in from the supers, you're more than welcome to. We're going to go ahead and pull up this and jump over into it's fun. It's fun until it's not. I guess is the best way to put it. All right, we're going to go jump over into the ARCA race. We got 14 cars in there. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. All right, we're going to go watch these guys do circles at the dirt track at Charlotte as we get ready for tonight's week number 5 for the ARCA Dirt Series. This has been nothing but phenomenal. It is open hosted. Looks like we got a few more minutes left if you guys want to jump in on that. As I get in there, I'll tell you who is in there in just 1 second. All right, so, well, there's a couple guys I don't know. Billy Webb, Blake Burgess, Clint Sheehan's in there. Curtis Griffin's in there. Damian Ward, Jesse Main, John Britt, Kenny's in there. Moody's in there. Logan Morris, Matthew Pye, Ryan Goffmanis, Shane Haas, Tyler Autry, Will Hanger, Zach Lovelace, and Zachary Mitzner all up in there. Mitzner, haven't seen him in a while. Good to see him. And we're going to check Discord, make sure nobody has jumped in for an interview for the Supers. Doesn't look like anybody has. All right, jumping into this one. It should be a wild one here tonight. Good track for some good racing. $16 going into tonight's feature. What's that, Matthew? You're micing up, but I can't hear you. Just kidding. All right, how much time do we got left in this one? We got about 5 more minutes left in. Well, we got about 10 more minutes left here in the practice. Definitely quite a few people in this one. Booty out there with the quick time in the number 84, and I gotta show it to you, don't I? My bad, guys, my bad. Oh my God! Death in turn 1. Where is Clint Sheehan? Is not last. All right, guys, if this is your first time out here, I just want to let you know it is all about being easy on that throttle. Slow is fast. All right, so we got about 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 cars. Almost a full session. I think we got 3 more spots. Take that back. It is filling up. It is filling up. Is that everybody? That might be everybody. We might be full. Let's see. Yep, I think that is going to be full. So we are going to have a full session here as everybody gets up in this one. Landon Moody out there currently with the quick time. Curtis Griffin, second quick here tonight. Tyler Autry trying to get up there in the points. We do have the points up to date, so if you go and click our link in Discord, you can check out the points, but I will go through that real quick. Let me go find my announcement so I can go click on the link. Oh, Kenny with the quick time. Oh, I'm so proud of him. He's been grinding at this. So Landon Moody has the points lead. Now they do get 3 drop weeks. So this could change depending on the consistency of the drivers at the end of the season. Total of 11 races. So I set it up to run with the officials. We were 1 week late on it, so we did 3 drop weeks instead of 4. So 8 races count. Landon Moody has the points lead by about 23 points over Tyler Autry. Jacob Field's going to be in 3rd. Clint Sheehan 4th. Zach Lovelace in 5th. Remington James in 6th. Kenny in 7th. Storkson. Eddie Farnes is not here. He's in 8th. Tyler Harris in 9th. And Asher Hansen did not make it. He's in 10th. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here tonight. Definitely some drivers I know will do pretty good. Damian Ward will definitely run pretty good here tonight. Long time no see, Zachary. So definitely quite a few people up in here. Been a while since Yellow. What's up, Keegan? What's up, Swank? This is probably gonna this has been the best races of the night on Monday nights here lately. Hopefully it holds true again. We do have a full server. I think everybody is still. Oh, Ryan Gofamis is left. Ryan is left. Hopefully he makes it back. Gofanis, you took a spot. Ooh, big door. Big door into Blake Burgess. Blake keeps it straight. Zachary does not. Let's see. What do we got going on over here? Lovelace is out here rolling. Curtis Griffin out there putting in the laps. It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Monday nights have been strong. And then we've just been doing Thursdays. We do have a Tuesday Gen 4 series coming up in August. Keep an eye on that. Sorry, just getting up to date here on my notifications real quick. So Kenny out there with the quick time, definitely surprising Landon Moody, I'm sure. Zach Lovelace is looking pretty good, currently third quick, and he is running the top. Lovelace, I'm so proud of you. It's because you're running the top. All right, let's see. Damian Ward has not done a lap yet. Chad King out there. Oh, there goes Clint Sheehan into the wall. Got a couple turning around here. Some wall riders in turn number 3 and 4. This is going to be difficult tonight. This is not going to be the easiest track we have ran, but it definitely looks like these things are going to be racy here tonight. If we can keep it clean for 40 laps here tonight, definitely is going to be a lot of fun. Can't be afraid. I see Kenny's got that big old MDiTV on the side. Can't be afraid to use the brake if you got to. It will help the car turn. A lot of different things you can do. This car is probably the best car on dirt right now. I'm not going to lie. Big slide by Will Hanger. He gave it too much gas. Oh my God. Kenny, you killed yourself. I watched you cut down through the grass, and I was watching Will trying to hang onto the car because he gave it too much throttle, and all of a sudden I see your car explode. All right, this is pretty wild here tonight. These guys having a lot of fun. As we are going to take 16 into the feature here tonight. As we got about 3 laps left here in practice. My phone is going nuts. Oh, that's the chat for my daughter. For my daughter's softball. Let me go ahead and mute that. All right, so we got about 2.5 minutes left. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left here in practice. And we are going to get ready for tonight's main event. It is going to be tough to make this one. It's kind of hard to tell where everybody's at because this is iRacing. It's iRacing. All right, for those of you that are first timers, this is something we do that's fun. We're running out through the rest of the season. Some of these guys are running for points. So be respectful. The biggest thing in any of my hosted is the chat. If you got something to say about somebody, I don't care if you want to tell them once that they're a fucking moron, but leave it at one and done. If you do keep it going, I'll probably just remove you. This is going to be run like an official session. It is going to be 16 going into the feature here tonight. We're going to have 2 heat races and 1 LCQ. Top 6 from each heat race. Top 4 from the LCQ. It's going to be 8 laps in the heat race, 10 laps in the consi, and no caution flags in the heat races or the consi. Will be cautions in the feature. All starts will be on leader here tonight. You just got to be one of the first. Got stuck watching. Yeah, it did fill up quick. It filled up real quick tonight. Filled up really quick tonight. It was impressive. I think that's the first time we filled the server. Does look like Ryan came in and then left. Damian Ward has not put down a lap, but I do think he's in here. He is in here. Yeah, screw you, Damian. All right, let's not keep it going. Let's have some fun. We are getting into qualifying. I don't care about the practice so much, but let's keep it clean in the races. It's been pretty good. This is race number 5, and we've had 4 really good races so far. If Moody wins, it's rigged. They're saying in the chat, if Moody wins tonight, it's rigged. All right, so these guys out on the track putting in their qualifying times. Zach Lovelace in the 00. Got to be careful not to get that wall, but that top side is it. That 0X will cost you your lap as they get 3 laps here in qualifying. Lovelace going to roll through turn at number 3 and 4. Taking tire samples tonight, right? As Lovelace comes across the line, he's going to go quick time. Oh, take that back. Moody with quick time with a 17.3. 66 is that? Yeah, 66. That writing is so small I can't see it on my OBS. So Moody out there with the quick time. Kenny is 3rd quick. Tyler Autry 2nd in points. He's back there deep in the field in the number 6 spot. But it will be a long race for these guys here tonight. As Tyler going to be 8th quick. Will Hanger going to jump up to the 2nd quick time with a 17.533. So Moody's got a bit of an advantage on these guys right now. But Damian Ward on the track. I don't know if he did any practice or not in the number 32. Oh, he's going to get the wall and turn at number 1 and 2. And that laughing clown at number 26. Here comes Damian Ward across the line. That lap definitely did not count. Oh, you think he missed it that time. Let's see if he can make this lap count as he comes out of turn number 2. Remember, they do get 3 laps here tonight. I see Jesse Main out there. As Damian Ward going to come across the line. He's going to be 13th quick. Let's see if he can pick up the pace on lap number 3. Shane Haas up to the number 12 spot. Blake Cannon with the quick time of a 17.314, knocking Landon Moody off the top of the charts. That's going to be a saving grace. Ward going to go up to 4th quick. Matthew Pye out on the track in the number 44. It looks like Blake Burgess out there. Matthew currently 20th quick right now. He is running way too low to be fast, as that is going to be the end of qualifying. Good lap, Blake. All right, let's get ready for heat race number 1. Remember, guys, no cautions in the heat. I try not to make any calls unless it's something really stupid. So just have some fun out there. Be respectful. Remember, this is just some fun racing. All right, starting on the pole here tonight in the number 18, it's going to be Blake Cannon. Outside of him in the 201, I believe he'll be the 201 in this, maybe not. It's going to be Jesse Main. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number 9 machine, it's going to be Will Hanger. Outside of him in the number 35, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Starting 5th here tonight in the number 54, it's going to be Kenny Storkson. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Zach Mitzner. Starting inside, row number 4 in the number 23 machine, it's going to be Shane Haas. Outside of him, in the number 14, it's going to be Tyler Autry. Inside row number 5, it's going to be Mitchell Workman. Outside of him, it's going to be Clint Sheehan. Then rounding out the field here tonight, in the number 8 machine, it's going to be Johnny Katz. I believe that's how you say it. We're going to be looking for that green flag. They're going to get that one to go next time by. So 2 laps of pace in here as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Stacked up 2 by 2 all the way through the field. So Blake Cannon put a burner in there. Jesse Main, not bad himself. I'll tell you what, this is going to be a lot of fun if these guys can keep it clean. Tyler Autry needing to race his way in. Top 6 transfer. Everybody else to the consi. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Blake Cannon leads the way as we are looking for the green flag. The only thing I ask is don't start in turn 3. Start, middle of 3 and 4 on out. I had to say it because I've definitely seen, people starting turn 2, basically. Looking for the green flag as they come out of turn at number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as Blake gets a nice jump down into turn number 1 and 2. Looks like Will Hanger going to go to the bottom. Slides up the track. He's going to park it on Jesse. Jesse back with the cut down. That's going to give Cannon a big lead as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Jesse going to come back with the slide into turn number 3 and 4. Back with the cut down by Hanger as we had one up into the wall. That's going to be Curtis Griffin as the battle for third is raging on. Slide job by Hanger. Cut down by Maine. Maine going to have a big run down the back straightaway. Easily takes that number 2 spot back. Remember, top 6 going to transfer. That battle for 6 is definitely going on as the 54 of Kenny Storkson currently has it. Here comes Tyler Autry to the outside. He's battling for a championship. He's got to make his way in. Oh, they touch on a turn number 2. Big contact. Kenny's going to pay. Kenny through the grass. Kenny goes around as Tyler tried to stick his nose in there as they head through turn number 1 and 2. He got into Zach. Zach slid down into him. Nothing he could do there. I think Kenny will make it through the consi anyway. I think he should be all right as Blake Cannon continues to lead as they come out of turn number 4. Halfway through 4 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. It's going to be nose to tail. Jesse Main now securing that number 2 spot. Will Hanger in 3rd. Curtis Griffin in 4th. Tyler Autry up to the number 5 spot. Shane Haas has moved back up to 5th. I don't know what happened to Zach. Let's go take a look and see what happened to him. He tried to thread the needle. That is unfortunate for Zach. That is unfortunate for him. He goes around as they come out of turn at number 4. Blake Cannon continues to lead as we got issues back here. Is 2 down. Kenny. Oh. Thank you, Johnny. As they head through turn number 3 and 4, white flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Blake Cannon leading the way. These guys going to ride the wall through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Cannon is going to take the win. Jesse Main in 2nd. Will Hanger, Curtis Griffin, Tyler Autry, and Shane Haas going to round out the field. Round out the transfers. Zachary Mitchell, Storkson, Katz, Sheehan, and Goffmanis going to go to the LCQ. Well, Ryan's not there, so he's not going to go to the LCQ. All right, we're going to stack them up here for heat race number 2 as they pull out on the track. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it's going to be our points leader, Landon Moody. Outside of him in the number 26 is going to be Damian Ward. Starting on the inside of row number 2, it's going to be Connor Cullen. Outside of him in the 00, it's going to be Zach Lovelace. Inside row number 3, it's going to be Chad King. Outside of him, it's going to be Jacob Harrell. Starting inside row number 4, it's going to be Billy Webb. with Ronnie Osmer in 8th. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be John Britt. Outside of him, it's going to be Matthew Pye. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 7, it's going to be Blake Burgess. These guys going to roll out on the track looking for some green flag action here. 8 laps in heat race number 2. We got to stack them up. Moody start's going to be on you, middle of 3 and 4 on out. All right, so we got them restacked up. I just realized I had quick time up there instead of gap. Let me change that. As it looks like we're going to have a couple heavy hitters here tonight. It is going to be wild to see if Moody can take another win here in the dirt ARCA cars as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Pace car going to pull off, looking for that green flag this time by. Side by side into turn number 3 and 4. When is Moody going to fire them off? Tensions are definitely high. Green flag is out. Top 6 going to transfer. Damian Ward with a jump on the outside. I think he timed that perfect. As they head through turn number 1 and 2, Moody slides up the track, gets into Ward up into the wall. Here comes the 20 of Connor Cullen. Connor Cullen going to slide into turn number 3 and 4. Jacob is going to slide up as Ward's going to lose a couple spots there as they go to the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. Ward going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Almost makes contact. Gets on the brakes not to kill Moody. Thank you, Ward. I know that was tough. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Looking for turn at number 1 and 2. Top. Whoa, the 20 is stuck up in the wall. Cullen. Here comes Jacob up underneath. Jacob going to slide into turn at number 3 and 4. Here comes Ward. Almost slides into Lovelace. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Battle's going to be for second on back. Lovelace looking for a donation right now as these guys racing hard for that number 2 spot. Almost getting together. Here comes Lovelace with a big run as Ward sits behind him in that number 5 spot. Good battle for the transfer spot too, but we're going to say on the battle for the number 2 spot as they are side by side trading slide jobs. Here comes Jacob with the slide into turn number 1 and 2. Cut down by Cullen. Cullen going to have a big run down the back straightaway. Drag race looking for turn number 3. We got one turned around. That's going to be Matthew Pye as they head through turn. And Lovelace in the back of the 20. And then Ward nowhere to go. He's going to get in the back of Lovelace. So big wreck out of turn number 4. They're going to keep it clean. Lovelace going to get it going back straight. That's going to move Blake Burgess. Did not get a qualifying lap up into the number 5 spot. That was just a stack up. Not a whole lot anybody could have done. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Jacob trying to reel in Landon Moody. Damian Ward trying to get back up into the number 3 spot. He's going to get to the outside of Chad. Out of turn number 2. Has he knocked the nose off that thing? I think he has. As they head through turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go out of turn number 4, down into 1 and 2. We got one up into the wall. That is going to be Matthew Pye trying to stay out of the way as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Lovelace going to have to transfer his way in through the LCQ as he got sandwiched in that mess. Out of turn number 4 is going to be Moody, Harrell, Ward, King, Burgess, Cullen, your top 6. Wow. Well, that was an interesting heat race number 2. I could only imagine how hard you got on the brakes there, Ward, because you were about to torpedo Moody. Oh. All right, we're going to stack them up for the LCQ. Top 4 going to transfer through. Who's it going to be here tonight? A lot of cars. Looks like we got 10 of them. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it's going to be Zachary Mittner. Outside of him, it's going to be Ronnie Osmer. Starting inside, row number 2, it's going to be Mitchell Workman. Outside of him, it's going to be Billy Webb. Starting inside, row number 3, it's going to be Kenny Storkson. Outside of him, it's going to be Zach Lovelace. Inside row number 4, it's going to be Johnny Katz. Outside of him, it's going to be Matthew Pye. Then rounding out the field here tonight is going to be John Britt on the inside of row number 5 with Clint Sheehan outside of him. Top 4 going to transfer through here tonight. Can these guys keep it clean as they head into turn number 1 and 2? It's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting as they come down the back straightaway. Zachary going to get up, lead the field into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get the 1 to go this time by. Zachary, this is going to be on you anywhere in the middle of 3 and 4. All right, we're going to look for that green flag this time by. Zachary leads the way. Ronnie to his outside. Definitely a couple good cars further back. I don't know how this is going to work out. This could be really bad or really good. We're about to find out. Oh, I guess Clint was on the inside of row number 5. My bad, Clint. Green flag is out as Zach gets on the gas. He's going to get that jump. A good jump by Ronnie on the outside as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Ronnie going to slide up the track, or Zach's going to slide up the track. Ronnie's going to get a good run out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway as Kenny works the bottom, heading for turn number 3 and 4. Side by side, Ned moves Kenny as he makes the pass up into the number 4 spot. Lovelace right behind him as we got contact further back in the pack as they head through turn number 3 and 4. We're going to keep an eye on the lap traffic. Johnny's going to get it going straight as we got a battle for the lead. Here comes Ronnie up underneath Zach out of turn number 4. Ronnie has figured out if you pedal that bottom side and easy on the throttle, it definitely could be fast as it looks like Lovelace going to move himself up into a transfer spot as we got issues out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. They touch. The leaders touch out of turn number 4. It's going to be Ronnie at in the lead into turn number 1 and 2. Ronnie going to try to slide up, but not able to do it as Zach's going to get a big run on the high side. Down the back straightaway, drag race, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Great battle for third. These guys do have to remember they are in and they have plenty of room as they come out of turn number 4. It is 4 laps complete, 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for the lead. Zach on the outside. Ronnie down low, side by side into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be halfway through. 5 laps to go as Kenny's going to get the wall. Gives Zach Lovelace that number 3 spot. Zach going to move up to the top side. Kenny now to the bottom as the battle for the lead continues to rage. They touch out of turn number 2. Both of them keep it straight. They got to be careful. They're both in the feature tonight if they can stay where they're at as they come out of turn number 4. 4 laps to go. Race car drivers are race car drivers. It doesn't matter if they're in or not. They want to race for those positions as they come out of turn number 2. Zachary's going to have the edge. He's going to take the lead back into turn number 3 and 4. Battle's going to be for that number 3 spot behind there as Lovelace digs the high side. Kenny down low out of turn number 4. It is going to be 3 laps to go. Oh my God, I thought he was going to eat that tire. Good save, Ronnie, as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Looks like Zach got a little bit tight there, but able to pull off a turn number 4 just fine. 2 laps to go. Kenny hold on for 2 more laps. Lap traffic up ahead as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Ronnie. Ronnie trying to close the gap through turn number 3 and 4. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go as they head into 1 and 2. Mitzner going to lead the way. Osmer in second as they come out of turn number 2. Good run out of 2. He's going to close the gap down the back straightaway. Too far back as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Ronnie's going to roll the bottom. Can he get the run off? He can't. It's going to be Mitzner with the win. Osmer second. Lovely. Storkson going to the feature here tonight. Workman, Webb, Sheehan, Katz, Pye, Britt going home. Thank you guys who showed up and didn't make the feature. Appreciate you guys coming out. It'll be open again next week at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do it every Monday night. Yeah, I know there's going to be some wall riding. It's not fast though. All right, guys, who's ready for tonight's main event? Remember, start's going to be on Blake, anywhere in the middle of 3 and 4 on out. Oh, I didn't mean to post 30 if I did earlier. I felt like this one was quick enough times to do the 40. All right, starting on the pole here tonight in the number 18, it's going to be Blake Cannon. Outside of him, in the number 84, it's going to be Landon Moody. Starting inside, row number 2, it's going to be the 201 of Jesse Main. Outside of him, it's going to be Jacob Harold. Starting inside, row number 3, it's going to be the number 9 of Will Hanger. Outside of him, in the number 26, it's going to be Damian Ward. Curtis Griffin did not grid up on the inside of row number 5. Outside of him, it's going to be Chad King. Starting inside, row number 5 here tonight in the number 14 machine, it's going to be Tyler Autry. Outside of him, it's going to be the number 7 of Blake Burgess. Starting inside, row number 11. Row number 6 is going to be the 23 of Shane Haas. Outside of him, it's going to be the 20 of Connor Cullen. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, Zachary Mitzner going to start in the inside of row number 7. Outside of him, Ronnie Osmer. Then rounding out the field here tonight in that number 15 spot, inside row number 8, it's going to be Zach Lovelace. Outside of him, it's going to be Kenny Storkson as they come into turn number 3 and 4. We are looking for the green flag, this time by 40 laps, looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. I'm good right now. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, we got a wreck already happening in turn number 1 and 2. They're going to save it, maybe. No, yes, they do save it down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Kenny going to get the worst of that one, I think. No, I think it was Burgess that got the worst of that one as they come out of turn number 2, down in turn number 3 and 4, down into turn number 1 and 2. Sorry, got a little crazy there. It looks like Damian Ward is already missing the nose on that number 26. As they head through turn number 3 and 4, Blake Cannon leads the way down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. What happened? Moody is all the way back in that number 7 spot. He's got some ground to make up. Where is Tyler Autry way back in the field? This is not a good points day for those points leaders. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, going to be 3 laps complete here tonight. Jesse Main in that number 2 spot. Will Hanger in 3rd. Jacob Harnell in 4th. Damian Ward in 5th, Landon Moody in 6th, Connor and Shane Haas battling for that number 7 spot. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Shane Haas down on the bottom side. Can't quite make his way around Connor Cullen. He's starting to figure these things out, though. Definitely proud of Shane Haas and Zach Lovelace. Lovelace with a big run out of turn number 2. Oh, Shane, you're too sideways. Lovelace going to make contact out of turn 4. He takes the spot out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. Battle for the lead is definitely starting to heat up a little bit as Jesse Main has definitely closed the gap on Blake Cannon as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Out front, Blake Cannon leads the way. We got one spinning down through the grass. It's going to be Zachary Mitzner down on the inside. We're going to go ahead and throw the caution for that one. Let's go see what happened here. What happened to Zachary? Oh, it just got tight. Oh. Wow, good job keeping it out of that tire. Let's go see what happened on that green flag with Moody and them. Oh, a little bit of contact there. That's what happened. Oh, yeah, Tyler got a big part of that. So definitely a lot of issues there. On the start, looks like the 24 just barely got into Moody, got him sideways. Just inexperienced there with the car. And, first time on the track for everyone here tonight in these cars. Is it still pacing? Okay. I won't change it then. It was a little bit of contact. It was just that first time into 1 and 2, it happens. It definitely didn't look intentional. All right, we're going to stack them up into turn number 1 and 2. We are going green flag this time by Blake leads the field. Jesse Main in second. They stack them up 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for that green flag. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4, down into 1 and 2. Oh, they're going to touch a little lean on each other. Will Hanger and Jesse Main for that number 2 spot. Here comes Damian Ward. Oh, a little bit of contact with the 24 as they head into 3 and 4. Oh, big contact. Oh, Jesse hard in the wall as Hanger gets into him. Oh. It was a really weird bounce. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Going to be side by side for second. Damian Ward down low. Will Hanger up high. Drag race out of turn number 4. Damian Ward proving you don't need a nose on these cars as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, we got a wreck into turn number 1 and 2. Caution flag is out. You know, I've never checked the tire wear after these. Oh, man, you guys just ran out of room going down the front straight. It's got dirt tires. That's why it drives better. It actually is the best driving asphalt car on dirt, I think. But they do have dirt tires. I think there is wear. I just don't know how extensive it is. All right, so Jesse Main on pit road in the 201. It looks like the 7's coming down now. As they come down the back straightaway, lights are on the pace truck. What happened? All right, it is 1 to go. It's 1 to go, guys, if you're on pit road. Out at the front is going to be Blake Cannon and Damian Ward as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side, looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway, down into 1 and 2. It's going to be Blake Cannon leading the way, Damian Ward in second. Here comes Jacob to the high side out of turn number 2. Door to door, Will Hanger and Landon Moody make contact down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Moody going to roll that bottom side. He has been dominating this series, but this is one of the toughest fields we have seen so far as he is trying to work his way back up into that number 4 spot. He's going to park it there as Hanger's going to blink out a little bit down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Damian Ward has... Oh, contact between Moody and Hanger. Hanger going to get back up underneath Moody. He's going to slide him in turn number 1 and 2. Moody's going to give him the bump on the way out as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3. Here comes Tyler Autry in the 14. That's our points battle right there. The 84 of Moody and the 14 of Autry as they come out of turn number 4. Oh, the 24 of Jacob going to be hard into the wall in turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Damian Ward in that number 26 spot. And the number 20 and the number 3 spot and the 26 as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, going to be single file 4 now as they head into turn number 1 and 2. That's right. I got to refresh this. I don't know if anybody's saying anything on TikTok because it bounced off my screen. There we go. All right. So things are starting to mellow out a little bit up at the top. He was racing. He didn't make the feature. As they head into turn number 1 and 2. This is tough racing. And there's a lot of good drivers in here. As they head through turn number 3 and 4, Ward's going to slide up. He makes contact with Jacob and takes the spot out of turn number 4. Jacob going to get up underneath Ward. He's going to slide him in turn number 1 and 2. Hanger's going to slide Moody, parks it on his nose out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Down. Oh, Moody's going to push him up the track. Let him know he's not happy. That might cost Moody a couple spots as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes Connor Cullen. Cullen thinks about sliding up the track. He's going to stay down low. Moody's going to take the gap up on the high side, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. 17 laps in the books. It is wild back here for about 4th on back as the top 3 drive away. Moody's going to come up underneath Cullen as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Moody going to slide up the track. Cullen going to come out with a big run out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Cullen does a good job keeping it low. Moody with a good job keeping it up high out of turn number 4. He's going to take that number 5 spot back. Down into 1 and 2. Oh, he slams the door on Moody. Moody's going to get frustrated here as they come down the back straightaway. He's going to take it 3 wide with Autry as Moody slides up and parks it on Cullen's nose. Back and forth for that number 5 spot as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Autry thinks about throwing it in there, keeps it down low as they come out of 2 down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Leaders continue to pull away. Lap traffic could become an issue here tonight. Maybe not. Oh, no, they're pretty far back there, so I think we're pretty good right now, or pretty far up there. As Moody finally breaks free in that number 5 spot and now is going to try to close the gap on Hanger as they head into 3 and 4. So things Autry making contact with Cullen. He's trying to keep in contact with the 84. Cullen going to give him the door. Give him the door in turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3. All right, guys, remember, this is going to be everybody's last warning. I don't care if you want to say something once, but we're going to say it once, and then we're going to be done with it, or you're just going to get removed. I don't care who you are. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Shane Haas up in this battle. Oh, Autry going to get in the back of the 20 as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, Shane Haas digging to the outside as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Autry going to slide up. He's going to give room to the 20 as they come out of turn number 2. He just put him in the wall. That might cost him a little bit of time. That could cost him points. He's got to pick his battles. As they come out of turn number 4, I wouldn't pick those battles with somebody that's not in the points running. Down into turn number 1 and 2, side by side. Here comes Ronnie down on the bottom. We got one in the wall. It's going to be Damian Ward in the wall in that number 26. As Moody All right, is one to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. They're going to stack them up 2 by 2. Landon Moody down on pit road. Looks like Burgess going to make his way back out. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be slide job by Blake Cannon out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes the 24, cutting it down low. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Almost contact up at the front as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Going to be Jacob at the line this time by. Jacob going to send it into turn number 1 and 2, but Blake strong on the outside. We got Shane Haas going around. Oh, they're wrecking out of turn at number 2. Caution flag comes out. Shane just lost it going into turn number 1 and 2. Going to get another restart here. Did Jacob had the lead at the line. That's going to give him the lead going to the restart this time. Shane Haas down on pit road. Will Hanger down on pit road. As they are going to get 1 to go at the line this time by. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Jacob and Blake Cannon side by side down the back straightaway. It is going to be 11 laps to go. Sorry, as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway down into 1 and 2. Here comes Ronnie. Ronnie has made some moves. 11 spots as the 54 of Kenny is turned around. Caution flag is out. So caution flag is out as we get another caution here tonight. Looks like, do we have anybody else going down on pit road? I'm letting these cautions roll out because I'm assuming Moody's trying to get the damage repaired on his car to get out and get a couple more spots if he can. And it's only fair since he is leading the points. I just heard him. Well, Blake's on pit road now, too, getting some damage repaired. All right, they're going to come across the line. Let's see if it is 1 to go this time by. The other Blake, the one that's not leading. I guess you're not leading anymore. That was a good race up front. Hopefully we can get some green flags and race this one out. All right, they are going to get 1 to go at the line as they come down the front straightaway. Burgess did make it back out on the track. They're going to stack them up 2 by 2, looking for the green flag this time by. Anytime after this caution, it will be single file. It definitely has been chaos for Moody, yes. Chaos for me, too. I need these guys to finish up so I can get to that UMP race. It is just now opening up. That session just now opened up as they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. Green flag's out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, good run from Cannon on the outside. He's going to hold strong. Blake down on the bottom. Drag race down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3. Side by side, door to door. They're going to make a little contact, slide up the track as they come across the line. 9 laps to go. Here comes Autry trying to steal it away as they head into 1 and 2. Almost gets the inside tire. Oh my God, he almost got that powdered donut out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Autry going to stuff it in on the bottom side as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 20 of Cullen to his high side. Out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. It is going to be 8 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. 24 up into the wall out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Lovelace. He's up into the top 5 down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 7 laps to go as Cannon leads the way down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Good run from the 24. He's going to get a good run out of turn 2, but clips the wall. That's going to cost him time into turn number 3. Collin's going to close the gap. They will Collin take that spot away as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Shane Haas going to be back out of this one as we get a slide job out of Jacob, cut down by Blake Cannon out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Cannon back to the point through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 5 to go when they hit the line this time by 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go as they go into turn number 1 and 2. Lovelace got the wall. That's going to allow Ronnie to close the gap. Watching the top 2 close the gap down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 4 laps to go. Jacob in the wall. Blake Cannon continues to lead across the line. Can he hold on? Jacob has become one with the wall down the into 1 and 2 through turn number 3 and 4. Who's it gonna be? Out of turn number 4, 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. It is going to be all Blake Cannon leading the way. He's going to get that 2 to go. 2 sticks in the air. 2 laps to go as they come across the line. 2 laps to go. Battle for third is on. Here comes Autry down low. These two had a little bit of a beef earlier. Now they're giving each other plenty of room as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. White flag in the air. Here comes Jacob battling back for the lead. 1 more lap to go. Can he get there as he heads into turn number 1 and 2? Cannon going to get the run on the outside. Blake Harrell down low. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. One last time. Jacob's going to send it in, but it's going to be Blake Cannon with the win here tonight. Jacob in second, Cullen third, Autry fourth, Lovelace in fifth. Thanks for coming out, guys. If you are in my Discord, I do interview the top 3. I will be transferring over to the UMP official, though, to do that. But if you make it in here, top 3, I will interview you. All right, it's going to be Cannon with the win here tonight. Jacob in second, Cullen in third. Going to be Autry in the number 4 spot, Lovelace in fifth, Ronnie in sixth, Zachary Mitzner in the number 7 spot, Kenny Storkson in 8th, Shane Haas in 9th. Going to be Will Hanger in the number 10 position, Chad King in 11th, Landon Moody in 12th. Damian Ward's going to be 13th, Blake in 14th, Jesse Main 15th, and Curtis Griffin in that number 16 spot. So, there was some good racing in there, and then there was some rough racing, but hey, got to take the good with the bad. These races have been mostly good for the most part. And we are going to jump over to the UMP Modifieds. Definitely got to save that replay. All right. Let's jump over here. Do we have anybody in Discord? Nobody in Discord. All right. UMPs, where are you? All right. Let's see. Who do we got here? We got Harper. Oh, looks like a light field for the UMP Modifieds. Oh, Discord. I don't have that set up on that. Hold on, let me get it for you. I will send it to you. Hold on. Hold on, I got you. I need to set that back up over there. The one I had over there expired. All right, there's the Discord link over there. There is the Discord link, and we are jumping into the UMP Modifieds. You're welcome. Yeah, I got to reset that up. For the longest time, I ignored TikTok because... Oh, the UMP is official. It's official. $44.39 UMP SOF. Not too bad. Jacob Fields is not there. Oh, no, he is there. I know he had a birthday thing to deal with. That's so weird. What is going on here? Why does it keep doing that to me? No, I didn't feel like it was as good as the other ones. I did message Ward, and he thought you were going to be on the top side, or you thought you were going to cut down. It was a little rough, Remington. It was a little rough. It happens, though. Who's this?
Oh, I finished.
Oh, yeah, okay. I wasn't sure. I was like, who's this? I can't see the whole name sometimes because I'm in streamer mode. So
you're good.
I don't get all the Discord notifications while I'm streaming. Man, that was a wild one, and you almost took that win away from Blake there. It was a hard-fought battle up at the front.
Yeah, for sure. It was a lot of fun.
Have you ever ran the ARCA cars on dirt before?
No, that was actually my first time. I jumped in the practice session there.
I'll tell you what,
practice laps.
That is, I think, one of the best dirt cars right now. Probably just because it's different, because they haven't changed anything for us in a while. But definitely a lot of fun. I know it got a little rough in there at times, but man, it's racy. I mean, it's a different kind of racy that you don't get in some of the other cars. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, for sure. I used to run the trucks like at Eldora and stuff, and they're a lot of fun. But to me, that ARCA car is definitely, I think it drives a little better. It's a lot of throttle control, which I like. So puts it more in the driver's hands. So I like that. It's a lot of fun.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of the old dirt model. Something like a mixture between the new dirt model and the old dirt model before they changed it with the tire wear. It's kind of, I don't know if you get that same feel, but that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, it's a lot of tire span, which gives you more opportunities to run kind of wherever you want and move around. So other than this one line.
Yes, which is key because now we're all one line again since everybody's kind of figured out what dirt is now and how to run it. So great run here tonight, Jacob. Thank you for coming out and putting on a show. You got any friends, family, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, shout out my buddy Johnny and Dakota. They were helping spot for me there. So appreciate you having us, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, appreciate you. 9:15 Eastern next Monday it'll be up.
All right, thank you, man.
All right, bud. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, Jacob, our number 2 driver, making it in here tonight. I would have pulled in Autry, but he disappeared. Let me go ahead and pull this up. We got Hackney leading heat race number 1 here with the UMP Modified. So let me go ahead and turn their chat back on so I can hear them. As Hackney leads the way in dominating fashion right now. Dustin in second, Michael Clark in third, Jones in fourth, Andring in fifth. Hunter Wood just fell back, and Elliot O'Neill. Looks like everybody is going to make it here tonight in the UMP Modifieds. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Oh my God, what the heck just happened there? Oh, the 33 of Robert Andring, hard on the wall, got stuck in that sandwich as they get the white flag. 1 lap to go for Keith Hackney. Hackney going to send it through turn number 3 and 4, leads the way. Checkered flag is out. Hackney wins heat race number 1. Dustin Hennigan in second. Clark, Jones, Wood, Matheson, O'Neill, and Andring rounding out the field. All right, we're going to get ready for heat race number 2. Let's go ahead and pull up that starting lineup. It is going to be Keaton Holder starting on the pole here tonight. T. Clem in second. Starting on the inside of road number 2, it's going to be Dylan Blackburn. Outside of him, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Starting inside road number 3, it is going to be Alex Harper. Outside of him, it's going to be Jackson Neff. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be Derek Jester starting inside road number 4 with Latham Longbine in that number 8 spot. 8 laps here tonight in heat race number 2. Pace truck is going to pull in down the back straightaway. They're going to stack them up 2 by 2. Start's going to be on Holder as they come into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Holder going to lead the way. It's going to be side by side for that number 2 spot. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Tyler T. Clem up high. Blackburn down low. T. Clem going to take the number 2 spot. He's going to bang the wall and set his sights on Holder. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Can T. Clem take that W here tonight in heat race number 2? Holder right now dominating this heat. 2 laps complete. A little bit of contact between the 2 and 3 driver. Blackburn damage on the nose. Is that going to hurt his car as they come out of turn number 4? Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Holder going to lead the way. T. Clem in second. Dylan in third. Jacob Fields in fourth. Harper in fifth. Longbine in that number 6 spot. Jester in 7th, and Neff in the number 8 position. Battle for, we got contact further back, but battle for the lead is starting to heat up as here comes T. Clem. T. Clem all over the back of Holder with 3 laps to go. Can he find his way around? They're both going to clip the wall. Holder sideways. T. Clem trying to gain on him as they head down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Ripping that top side right now. No bottom feeding out of these guys as they head through turn number 1 and 2. 6 laps complete. Down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go as Holder decides to go low. He pulls away from T. Clem. down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway one last time. Here comes Blackburn pressuring for the number 3 spot as we got Harper in contact further back. Harper into the wall. Oh my God, he just got murdered. As Calder takes the win, T-Clem second, Blackburn, Fields, Longbind, Jester, Neff, and Harper round out the field. All right, we're gonna stack them up here for heat racing or for the for the feature. Sorry, no LCQ. Let's go ahead and hit up tonight's starting lineup. He can't park there, that's for sure. And I gotta use the bathroom. Starting on the pole here tonight. In the number 69, it is going to be Keith Hackney. Outside of him, it's going to be Keaton Holder. I got to just go through the names because this goes quick on this track. Starting inside, row number 2, it's going to be Dustin Hennigan. Outside of him, it's going to be T-Clem. Starting inside, row number 3, it's going to be Michael Clark with Dylan Blackburn to his outside. Inside, row number 4, it's going to be Noah Jones. Outside of him, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Starting inside, row number 5, it's going to be Hunter Wood. Outside of him, it's going to be Latham Longbind. Starting inside, row number 6, it's going to be Connor Madison. Outside of him, it's going to be Derek Jester. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight as they get ready for the green flag, it's going to be O'Neill, Neff, Andring, and Harper as they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Green flag's out as they head into 1 and 2. Hackney going to lead the way. He's got Holder looking down low. Gets back in line down the back straightaway. It's only 30 laps as they head into turn number 3 and 4 down the back straightaway, now into 1 and 2. Here comes Dustin. Oh, we got a wreck up at the back of the pack as it looks like Harper and Neff get together. Caution flag comes out. Yeah. What? Oh, that dude's got sideways. Oh, that was a mess. Is that Connor? That was a mess for, that was a mess. We're going to re-rack them, restack them. As they come down the back straightaway, I think the pace truck is still out there. I don't think we're going green this time by. As they get 1 to go as they come across the line, it is going to be 2 by 2 into turn number 1 and 2. Can we get some green flag laps, guys? Come on. I got to pee. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Hackney and Holder. Green flag is out. Hackney goes early. Big jump for Hackney. Holder now has to deal with Hennigan. Hennigan down on the bottom. He's going to roll the bottom through turn number 1 and 2. Holder finally breaks free. Gets that number 2 spot. Contact between T-Clem and Hennigan as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Holder to the bottom. He's going to slide Hackney in turn number 1 and 2. Up the track. Hackney back up underneath. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Dustin Hennigan. Down on the bottom side. 3 wide out of turn number 4. 3 wide down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Hennigan going to slide up the track. They're going to be 3 wide. Holder and Hackney make contact. Big save by Hennigan. Here comes T-Clem looking for third. T-Clem going to cut up underneath. Hennigan going to get up underneath Hackney looking for the lead. He's going to slide through turn number 1 and 2 up underneath Hackney. Will he send it in 3 and 4? He's going to send it. Slides up the track. Here comes Hackney back with the cut down. Hackney going to dive back up underneath. He's going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Cut down by Hennigan. Hennigan back up underneath him, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Here comes Holder back up in the mix. They're going to bang the wall into turn number 3. Holder struggling. T-Clem up underneath him. Slide job by Hackney. Hackney slides in turn number 1 and 2. Hennigan going to come back with the cut down. He's going to ship it through turn number 3 and 4 up the track. Cut down by Hackney. Back and forth down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Hackney going to slide up the track once again. Hennigan back with the cut down. I think Dustin starting to get the advantage as they head through 3 and 4. Hackney going to cut up underneath. He's going to have to ship it into 1 and 2. No, he's going to stay on the bottom as they come out of turn number 2. Oh, he makes contact with him on a 2. Hennigan in the wall. Hennigan in the wall, back in that number 2 spot, down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Hackney leads. Hennigan now back a little bit further. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Will there be more contact there? We're going to find out if Hennigan can get back up there as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, battle good. Oh, Hennigan in the wall again. That's going to hold up T-Clem. T-Clem's going to lose some spots. Noah Jones now up into the number 2 spot, trying to pass Hennigan. He's going to slide up. Hennigan going to get up underneath. Slides into turn number 3 and 4 as Hackney enjoys the lead. Caution flag comes out. All right, so all right. I hear there was a straight line. Is it? Oh. All right, let's go take a look at this one. Oh, big hit there out of turn number 4. Big hit there. That's going to be the end of Michael Clark's night as there's contact out of turn number 4. I don't think that was a straight line that they were trying to say in the chat, but definitely wild. Looking for that green flag as they come down the back straightaway, stacked up 2 by 2 into turn number 3 and 4. Hackney goes in turn number 3. Green flag is out. Hackney starts way early. Here comes Noah Jones. He's going to dig to the bottom side in turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4, almost into the back of Hackney as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Hackney holding on to the lead for now, but Noah Jones down low. He's going to slide him through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Holder, even lower, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Hennigan back up on the high side, trying to dig back in for that battle for the lead. I don't know how messed up that car is. He took a pretty good lick down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail. I'll tell you what, Noah Jones running an impressive race as we are 16 laps complete. Down into 1 and 2. Holder's going to get in the back of Noah just a little bit. Noah able to hold onto it as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 13 laps to go as they come across the line. Noah Jones down low. Hackney up high. Great racing for the lead as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Good respect here. Here comes Holder. Holder in the back of Noah. Noah's going to keep it straight. He's going to send it into turn number 1 and 2. Hackney going to dig the outside. Hackney keeps the lead as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Noah continues to roll that bottom side. Oh, they got some issues back in the pack as they caution flag comes out once again. I don't know who keeps yelling, but it's super annoying. Oh, yeah, he definitely came up high. For sure cleared himself right there. I mean, I think he expected him to be a little bit higher. Fields going to get a piece of that too. But the worst one, I don't know. Maybe Fields might have gotten a worse as those two merge into turn number 1 and 2. Caution flag is out. $19 laps in the books. Going to be 10 laps to go when they take the green flag. Hackney on the bottom side. Pace truck is in. He's been going early. Is he going to go in turn 3 again? We're about to find out as they head into turn, and he's going to wait. Green flag is out. Good start by Noah Jones up on the outside. He's going to beat Holder. He's going to dive up underneath Hackney into turn number 1 and 2. Goes back to work. Hackney with his hands full down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Noah Jones down low. Here comes Holder down on the bottom side, trying to get up underneath Jones down into turn number 1 and 2. Side by side, 9 laps to go as they come out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Holder trying to take it 3 wide for the lead as he gives him the door out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Noah not happy after the move by Holder. He's looking for more. Holder's looking for the lead down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to slide Hackney. Hackney back with the cut down out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Hackney going to slide up the track. Holder going to come back with the cut down. Big contact further back. He's driving mad. That's what he's doing. As Holder going to slide in front of Hackney. Hackney back with the cut down. As they got 24 laps in the books, make it 25 as they come across the line. 5 laps to go. Holder with the lead into 1 and 2. Holder going to lead it into turn number 1 and 2. Hackney back with the cut down out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Hackney doesn't slide him. Holder's going to lead this time by. Hackney going to go for the slide in 1 and 2. No, he's going to stay on the bottom. Holder stays up high. Holder going to take the lead down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Blackburn. Blackburn going to dig down low out of turn 4. 3 laps to go, looking for turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. It is going to be Holder leading the way. Hackney falling back to second. Here comes Blackburn in that number 48. He's going to dig down low into turn number 1 and 2. They're going to get the white flag this time by. Here comes Hackney. Hackney with the haymaker in 3 and 4. Slides him. Holder back with the cut down. White flag is out. White flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Holder with the lead. Hackney going to try to get the run. He's got Blackburn up underneath them. They're going to make contact into 3 and 4. Holder up the track. Hackney down low. Here comes Blackburn. They touch at the line. It's going to be Holder, Hackney, Blackburn. We're going to take a look at the actual. Wow, look how close that was. As the checkered flag is out, let's go ahead and go through the field. It's going to be Holder with the win here tonight. Hackney in second, Blackburn in third. Longbine in that number 4 spot. Jones in 5th. Andering's going to be in 6th. O'Neill in 7th. Jester in 8th. Matson in the number 9 spot. T. Clem in 10th. Harper in 11th. Dustin Hennigan in 12th. Hunter Wood in 13th. Jacob Fields 14th. Clark in 15th. And Neff in that number 16 spot. Let's go see if anybody is in the Discord. Let's see if Hackney shows up or anybody. Holder, Hackney, and Blackburn, maybe? Holder and Hackney should show up. I just hope they're quick because I got to pee. There he is. There they are. Well. Holder beat you.
Yeah, that was tough.
I'm sitting there watching it, and all of a sudden this Noah Jones guy is there. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Man, he gave you a handful there.
Yeah, it's hard to lead. Yep. It's hard to lead. I knew the middle was good, but I was trying to leave whoever was down there, a lane. I could roll the top good as long as I hit my marks, but it started getting treacherous, and then the middle came in. The restarts ain't really my best friend, but hell, we all got to do them, so we'll take it. And I think Keaton, got that huge run in the middle. I could run with him, obviously, but then right there, those last couple laps, the top was coming back in, and yeah, that last lap, I was trying to split them, but my counterpart here threw a block, and I about took us both out. So I just backed out of it, and just whatever happened from there happened.
It's always good when you get a couple teammates in there and they're willing to race each other as hard as they race anybody else, if not harder. But yeah, I definitely noticed that when we were watching the heat races, it was top dominant. I was like, oh man, I hope this doesn't happen, because I just watched the super race and it was pretty top dominant the whole time. And then Holder showed the middle was really fast the last couple laps, or the last lap, because he moved down to the bottom and absolutely gapped everybody on that last lap. But man, I'll tell you what, the UMPs might be the best racing car right now here at Fairbury.
Well, I mean, I think UMPs are probably the best car on the sim, period. They just continue to put good races on, especially at a place like this. It's so tight, and shit's gonna happen, and you got to hit your marks. But going back to what you were saying, I qualified top, and I qualified the pole, and I couldn't believe it. That's what I was telling them, because I was going to run the middle, to qualify. And I knew the top was going to go away just because everybody went to the top in the heats, and then shit like that. So I knew it was coming. I thought I could hold out, for the most part, and which I did. It's just that the middle was there, and like I said, I knew it was there, but I couldn't get down there because I was trying to respect whoever was running that line. I didn't want to chop their nose or whatever. So unless it was Keaton, then I'd take him to the taco stand. But other than that, man, I enjoyed it. You can't win them all. I'm glad Keaton finally got a legit win, because he got one gave to him the last hour. Hennigan's wheel disconnected coming to the line, so he probably won't talk about that. But I won the opener tonight, so we're 3 for 3 the tonight in all the top splits, and yeah, we're on a roll right now.
Well, great run here tonight. Got anybody else you want to give a shout out to? Friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, man, just all the guys at TNL, T Clem, Gas Go, Keaton, and everything that he does, even when he's talking shit. His paint thing he's got going on. I'm sorry, Keaton, I don't remember the name of it. Tunnel Vision by Hackney, Grip Hackney Live, and just everybody tuned in to watch, and you for putting us on.
Appreciate you, Keith. Keaton, I think you forgot the name because you guys took too big of a hit there at the end.
Yeah, haters gonna hate,
Man, great run there. You guys were 3 wide for a while. You and Noah Jones got together there, racing Hackney for the lead. I mean, you guys were 3 wide. That was some hard freaking racing. I mean, how hard was it to put it on the bottom and try and keep the momentum up with the 2 running the middle and the top?
So I actually sucked running the bottom, and when I hit Noah, it cambered my right front end, and I was like digging through the middle. I gotta thank him, when I hit him.
Hey, you always got to worry when you're in those situations that person comes back. I know it was just hard racing, but you have to be worried. These UMP races, for the most part, have been pretty good, and seems like a little bit of the toxic is starting to move in. Everybody's getting a little more competitive and running more of these open class races.
Oh yeah, I had a feeling if he got back to me, he was probably gonna give me the door, but it is what it is.
He was definitely driving
I didn't mean
angry.
to get into him.
Yeah, I know you didn't. It was just hard racing, and it's always insane. And I'll tell you, this kind of reminds me of the old build in every other car, just with the UMPs, where it's multiple lanes and it gets super racy, and that's what we've seen tonight. And people were able to make things work. I did see a little bit of strategy between you and Keith. Like sometimes you would hold down on the bottom side through 1 and 2 so that you could throw the slide in 3 and 4. I think it was. Might have been the other way around. But you guys were trying to play that slide back and forth with each other. How important was it to get the slide at the right point on the track?
I knew if I could slide him and have him coming off the corner in 1 and 2, I could probably hold him off in 3 and 4, which, Keith Hackney, he ain't no slacker. He's pretty good wheelman here. But, I thought if I could beat him coming off of 2, I'd probably have the win. But I had to fight for it, that's for sure.
Well, you were able to hold her.
He had to block for it.
He was able to hold her. But yeah. But great run here tonight. Why don't we give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
I got to thank Team No Love, Keith Hackney, Tyler Clement, Sean Pointer, and all the guys over there. And Holder Saw Shop, my dad, chainsaw business. And B&B Auto Works, and Holders Farms, and then everybody watching and you for broadcasting this.
Appreciate it, guys. Great run here tonight. Good race, and I will see you next week.
See you.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for me tonight. I need to use the bathroom, and I got to go do laundry, but thanks for coming out. We'll be back Thursday with a little bit of asphalt action. If you don't want to miss that, make sure you guys mark your calendars at about 11 o'clock. We will be live with something at Talladega, probably SRX. I haven't decided 100% yet. But as always, until next time, be safe and have a good night.